Welcome back to the DraftStory Cup for the final time. You're going to hear that. We've got a full couch for the final. Left to right, DHX, Brandon Smith, myself, Richard Buckley, and semi-finalist, Sean Dragon Allen. I'm going to start with you, Sean. Talk me through your semi-final.
Well, Danny's a great player. He played absolutely amazing, kept the ball from me, frustrated me so well. I was a bit disappointed with my draft. I had the formation I wanted, just not the players. Like, I had Lindelof with about 60-something pace, which was getting run ragged by his Ronaldo.
On the couch as well, we were saying 4-1-2-1-2. That's your preferred formation, but the team just wasn't there.
That's right.
He had like players who could make a difference, whereas like we're looking at your team, like the only player who looked like he could make a difference was the 95 Neymar off the bench.
Yeah. And at the same time as that, when your first draft, you could have potentially had a 5 at the back.
5-2-1-2.
We thought maybe you might have fancied that, but
I had 3 centre backs with about 50 pace, so there's just no way.
Yeah.
DHX, she was in the room when Sean was playing.
Yeah.
What was missing?
This draft was missing at the start. I was with him and I was trying to help him to pick like players, but there was nothing there to pick. Like the defenders were awful, so he couldn't really do much. But during the game, he had chances, but when he was in those chances, the calibre of player really showing, and they didn't finish him.
And this final right now, Brandon.
Yeah.
We've seen the journey that both of these two players have been on.
We've seen the emotion they've both had to face as well.
We've got two very different players when you talk about emotion. MoAubameyang, emotionless. Looks to the camera, fist up.
Yeah.
That's it. On the other hand, Dani.
Passion.
Bouncing off the walls.
But only at the right time. Dani celebrates when he knows he can celebrate. Do you know what I mean? Like, he won't make himself look silly. He won't celebrate if he's 1-0 up.
Although we're 3-0 up, and he said, turn the game off, it's over, on the 36th minute.
One thing he does as well, which I'm sure, Tex can relate to a bit there as well, when he's winning and he's in really an intense game, he'll just get up and just start walking around and make a pause.
Yeah.
Tell me, I know if anyone's thinking it's 40 seconds walking around, how much difference does it make just getting away from the game? Just walking around, just having a breather for a minute.
It just relaxes you a lot. It just calms you down. You can regroup and then try to score more goals when the pause is undone.
I think the interesting thing about this game, Richard, is both these players are attacking players, for one. Then they don't sit back with a lead. They just want to keep scoring goals.
Well, I think the way that Danny's probably approaching it is more possession-based, depending on the draft.
Yeah.
That's the big aspect. And I think we did get told before that the final, you will get the 2 drafts, like you usually do. You can take one or you can stick or twist, as we've been saying.
Yeah.
You then play 2 games with that draft.
Okay.
Before the 3rd game, you have the option to redraft. And then if you do decide to redraft, you get 1 opportunity. Then the 3rd, 4th, and 5th game, if needed, it's going to be the same draft.
Okay.
But if you're happy with your original draft, you can stick with it throughout the 5 potential games. Okay? So
if MoAubameyang, say, won the first 2 games, coming into that 3rd game, it'd be up to them, both players, if they wanted to, both of them could redraft if they wanted to.
If they wanted to, but if Mo's won the first 2 games, he'd probably want to stick with his team.
Of course.
Just looking at Danny's selection of formations here, I don't think he likes any of them, so it's a difficult situation.
On the other hand, MoAubameyang just obviously dived straight in with a 4-4-2. As we know, a very good and strong formation.
Sean, with the 8-minute timer, did you have any sort of indication on how you wanted to split up your time? So a few people, like Dani, they've wasted almost 45 seconds on the formation.
With most of the players, towards the end especially, you just know straight away who you're going to pick. Like, as more as you get into your team, you know what kind of team you're building, and whatever players show, you know which ones you're picking pretty much instantly. So I don't really find 8 minutes a big issue.
And obviously what we're seeing here then so far, the left back Bales came out a few times. Is that Key in the middle? Is it Key? Is it how you pronounce his name, the man from Swansea?
It is, yeah.
Ki Sung-young.
Ki Sung-young.
Yeah.
I remember he had an inform. Maybe FIFA.
He's got it.
11?
He's got inform last week, I think. Yeah.
Look at Danny's team there. That isn't a bad front 3.
Ronaldo, Neymar, Suarez.
As you expect the other players to maybe not be as fantastic in the midfield.
Stephen Davis.
That big players there. I've seen there's not really much link there between a number of those guys.
Mo's team, thoughts so far after he's picked the starting 11? He picked the striker Messi. But apart from that, he's not had a number of great picks. Bale probably push up and go into left mid, I'd imagine.
Obviously 6 minutes left in this one. Just looking at the options. Valencia, if it works, obviously he's got quite a lot of La Liga in there. Above for MoAubameyang, he's already got Vidal, I believe, at right back. So he's only 76 rated though, but he's got some pace about him.
Take Rudiger as well for the Premier League links.
Hoping to see a Nick Pope in goal.
Did you see the Nick Pope in then in action?
Yeah, we was downstairs laughing.
He played quite well.
Yeah, he's made so many saves.
We spoke about it and we to Mo there, and he's like, if you get him, can he come on the bench for the final at least? Can he have a day out?
And he said he would. So Danny's just finished his starting 11 there. Thoughts on the starting 11 from Danny?
He's got good players.
Front three,
yeah.
And the two centre-halves are pretty good, as a Liverpool fan yourself, Tex.
Yeah, Van Dijk, what a player. But the chemistry ain't there at the moment. So
He needs to get Neymar out, in my opinion. Get Hazard in there, can put De Bruyne in, get the Belgium link.
maybe a Mo Salah somewhere.
What about you, Sean? What would you be looking at if you were the one drafting that team now?
A centre mid, preferably from the La Liga, to link with like the likes of Ronaldo.
Maybe Gomez,
Yeah.
Portuguese, and then the Barcelona link as well.
Yeah. That'd be handy right now.
Got a Mane there on the bench. So he's just taking Alexis Sanchez. Potentially thinking maybe a Pogba for Danny.
You don't turn down Mane, I'm afraid. Can't do that.
And how does it mean for these two, obviously, to be in the final? You know, Richard, like, we had 32 players on Friday. You know, 2 of those guys are sitting next to us. Group stages, round of 16 yesterday, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and now we're here in the final. You know, it's a big stage still for these guys.
It's a massive stage, and it's a good opportunity for both of them to not only win some prize money, but to build a lot of confidence going into different events. We've got the Manchester event coming up, Brandon. There'll be a number of other events coming up as well, which will lead to the playoffs. So lots of opportunities coming up, and this, you could say, a building block
Two players
for both of these players.
Yeah, 2 players in good form as well. Really good form.
And let us know in the chat if you think either of these players should stick or twist.
And we had a correction on the prize pot. It's $10,000 in the end, not euros, $10,000, but 5,000 of that prize pot will be going to the winner out of this best of 5. As you said, Richard, they played 2 games. If they want to do a redraft on the third, before the third game, they can do it, but it's a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously if you have a bad draft, it will make sense, but you've got 2 games to start gelling with that draft, so...
Yeah, you have. Tex, looking at MoAubameyang's team there, 100 chemistry, 86 rated.
He's got a good team. It's just the super subs aren't there. But I guess the start of the game he could put Bale at striker and then bring Valencia on at fullback. So he's got Albon, Valencia fullback.
I think that's what he's going to do in game. What he's showing us right now.
Okay, so I'd take him at the moment.
But that's the team that he'd run in game.
It's actually a good team looking at it. He's got 2 solid centre mids, like big, powerful players, and then
good wide players, and then Messi, Ronaldo up top. You can't go wrong. Solid defence. That's a good team for MoAubameyang. Would you agree, Sean?
Yeah, it's all about how the players are starting, how many subs he's got to use. Just overall, it's a good team for draft.
And then looking at the bottom of the screen, Ajax Dani, less fortunate with his draft. Stan's got Stephen Davis in left centre mid. But still not a bad team. Aspilicueta, Van Dijk, Carvajal, De Bruyne, Suarez, Ronaldo.
First time we've seen Oblak as well. I think for a very long time. Maybe in the group stage, some guys may have had him, but on stream, I think it's the first time we've seen him. Have you seen that man on the reserves, Richard, for MoAubameyang? Wasoko. Is it Wasoko?
Vasalco.
He scored. Did he score for Mo? Who was it? He scored for
yeah,
someone.
He scored for...
He was playing left midfield for someone and scored a goal. I can't remember who it was. We had him on the couch and we spoke to him about it.
Vasalco, the right back.
I think it was MoAubameyang.
Oh, Wakaso.
Wakaso, sorry.
Wakaso.
Sorry.
It was MoAubameyang, Wakaso, yeah. Danny is redraft. That's what a lot of people are saying. Mo should stick.
He doesn't know. Mo is very confused. They've only got 1 minute 20 left.
He's looking over to the couch.
Both of them are very similar.
Yeah, neither are outstanding, but I think they're good enough to play with.
Exactly. It's going to be a hard one to let go, but it won't be a stupid decision.
They've both got fantastic attacking players. They've both got Ronaldo.
So what Mo's doing now is speaking to Stylo. He's come to a decision.
I think personally, if I was Dani here, I'd redraft because I'm not a fan of the formation. He's got the very defensive, but
I think MoAubameyang might be sticking with his team.
Just going to go and get himself a drink. What's the deal with Dani? Is he going to...
He's got 35 seconds to make a decision, Brandon. Steven Davis, Kondogbia, De Bruyne in midfield. Suarez, Coutinho, Ronaldo, the front three. How big? It's not even the players that's the big impact right now. It's the formation. The 4-3-3.
It's too defensive for draft because in draft it's so hard to defend. It's better to have an attacking formation and try to outscore your opponent.
So if you were Dani, you said you would redraft?
Yeah, if I was Dani, I'd redraft.
Sean?
I agree with that as well.
Brandon?
99. Oh, sorry, it was a 99 chem at one point.
Yeah, it was. With a manager, it'd be 100 chem.
Suarez, Neymar, but birthday Ronaldo.
Yeah, Dani, if I was you, I'd redraft.
He's taking a picture.
But it's normally sometimes...
That usually signifies that it will be a stick.
Or just to compare to after. If.
Both are keeping their draft.
Okay.
Wow. Thoughts? Initial thoughts off the couch?
I'm not too sure on the chem of MoAubameyang. That's the only thing for me.
Got 100 chem.
Did he get 100 chem? Obviously, just moved it about then.
Yeah, he moved the players about to show what?
A being game.
Yeah.
All right, so both have got 100 chem. Both have got Ronaldo. One's got Messi. One's got Suarez. One's got Bale. One's got Dybala, I'm pretty sure. They've got a mixture of everything.
One's got Virgil van Dijk.
There you go.
One does have Virgil van Dijk. I think for me, it's the 4-4-2 against the 4-3-3. Which this year, Sean, is the more overpowered, the 4-4-2 or the 4-3-3?
I think the 4-4-2. I've been a fan for that since FIFA 17 as well. So I'd say, like I said before, the drafts are very similar, but I think MoAubameyang's got the better hand.
Brandon, given how these two are, their play styles, the 4-4-2...
I don't think these two have ever played against each other.
I was talking to Dani before, and he said FIFA 16 was the last time that they played.
FIFA 16 we're going back to.
2 years ago.
Score?
The last time. They didn't tell me, which usually signifies if someone doesn't tell you how they got on, either they don't remember or they lost.
FIFA 16 though,
it's a long time ago.
Since, you know, and both of them have achieved a lot of things since that as well.
One person I want to bring on, Tex, you've been behind Dani in coaching him a lot of this tournament. What have you noticed some of the things that he's changed in his gameplay as the rounds have gone on? Because from the casting position, it seems as though he's trying to switch the play a lot more. He's trying to keep possession of the ball.
When I've been in there with him, I've been telling him to slow it down, keep the ball a lot, so it's harder for the opponent to get in the game, and then the opponent will get frustrated, more gaps and spaces will open up in behind.
Almost to play at his pace, not to play at opponent's pace, Brandon.
Yeah, and at the same time, Sean, obviously, this is the best of 5 now. This isn't a best of 3. How do you approach it differently? Because this is more of a marathon than a sprint as such compared to the best of 3. Of course, winning the first game is still huge, but if it doesn't go to plan, you can still save yourself later on in the best of 5.
I think you still approach it the same. Like, you want to get that first win, then you want to make it 2 wins, and then you've got a big cushion if you win the first 2 games. So I think you approach it the same. And
you're probably also thinking as well, just get these first 2 games out of the way with. I've got potential to redraft again.
Yeah, okay. But at the same time, you've played 2 games with the team when you come to the 3rd game.
You might be losing 2-0.
You've already kind of, if you had a Pope, you've been gelling with Pope. You know, you built the chemistry, the morale.
What if it's 1-1 when we go into that 3rd game?
I think...
Would we see a double redraft?
It's a tough one. It depends how these games go, honestly. As you said, if it's 1-1, there's a massive chance.
It also depends in the nature of the wins.
Yeah.
For example, if first game MoAubameyang beats him 5-0, second game Dani beats him 6-0, I imagine both will be disappointed that they've been beaten so heavily. But then in the back of the mind, they'll be thinking, I've just beat this guy. I can do that again. But then if one of the players redrafts, one doesn't, and one comes up with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow or a 4-3-2-1, some of the more preferred formations in the game, Dani's favourite formation, the 4-2-2-2, and gets a good team, you've got to think they'll be ruining the mistake not to redraft. There's a method to this.
There is.
There is a game plan to it.
And at the same time, as you said, if both players are at 1-1, there could have been faults in the games that they both lost. So that might be a reason why they may choose to redraft there. But as you said, if you take that risk to redraft and you don't get the formation you want, you're going to be in trouble.
You will be in trouble. Well, we have Tex and Sean on the couch. If you've got any questions in the chat, be sure to get them in before the game does kick off. The players are currently just building their teams on the Ultimate Team version of the game while we are getting ready.
Here we go then. So when we're going live very shortly with these games, a best of 5 draft story cup final, the first one we've ever seen. And hopefully with this fantastic format, there'll be a lot more of these tournaments coming up in the future. We've spoken about this a lot of times. Have you enjoyed the tournament? I know obviously you got some knockouts, but
I enjoyed it on the first day when I had a good draft, but on the second one...
You couldn't beat that draft. That draft you got on the first day was incredible.
I got everything I wanted, so... But I came up against Dragon, and unfortunately he had the hair, but he deserved to win anyway. He played very well.
And what's it been like for you, Dragon, constantly redrafting as you go out through the competition?
Yeah, it's been good until I actually did lose, because both of the drafts I did have a choice from were just no good to me at all. Like, the players just weren't up to scratch. Obviously, like against Maestro and against Tex, my drafts were next to perfect. Like, I couldn't ask for better. And then I go from probably one of the best to probably one of the worst.
Obviously, looks quite relaxed, MoAubameyang at the moment. We've started with the back there, just having a joke with him. He'll be coaching him through this game. And I believe DH Tex will be halfway through this game, or maybe after the first game, we'll be joining that man, Dani. Well, how do you think Dani works as a player? Do you think it's the hype that gets him going?
Yeah, I think...
He seems to be quite a hype player, like when he's scoring big goals and having big reactions.
I never really watched FIFA competitively last year, so I never seen how he was before, but this is the first tournament I've seen him, and he celebrates a bit like me sometimes, doesn't he? He's a lot of comparison.
Question for you two guys. When you're playing Weekend League, some of the most vital players, who's more important to you? I imagine you've got them both in your team, Hullet or Vieira?
Vieira, 100%. He's very good defensively. Like, he's a lot better than Hullet defensively, and he's got a bit about him going forward, so he's a more.
I agree with that, Vieira. I'm not a massive fan of Hullet myself. Maybe when the Prime comes out, maybe he'll change the game completely.
I've heard that a few times today. People are not fans of Hullet.
Yeah, I don't have Hullet in my team either. I bought him and saw him straight away.
Just what is it about him that you just don't like?
I don't know. I like him when it goes to like an event in Barcelona. Yeah. I liked him.
When he's surrounded by class players, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know. He feels like a bit of a waste of coins when you have Mane up front as well. So.
For yourself, Sean, what is it about him?
I don't know what it is exactly, because obviously he's got speed, he's got everything about him that you'd want in a player, but there's just something where, like, for his coin value as well, he's like 3 point something million, which is a lot, where you can buy, like, you know, Prime Matthias for probably cheaper. You can get any others like that, where I just don't feel there's something there that don't click for me.
Okay. I think the way that we look at Hullet from like a commentary perspective is that he can attack, he can defend.
He's a very well-rounded midfielder, but there's other midfielders coming into the game who have got equal stats to him. Look at the 87 Milinkovic-Savic. Very similar stats.
And obviously the real-life game, if people keep performing in the real-life games, for example, like, I know he's not a midfielder, but like a Mo Salah. If he obviously scored 4 goals yesterday and an assist, the more informed he gets, or the better, you know, ratings he gets, surely other players can get pushed out of the team as well. Yeah,
definitely. Look at, I think, Team of the Season, Dendoncker last year. He had actual more total stats than Ruud Hullet did at the end of the year when his Team of the Season was released. So there will be players who come out during the year who potentially push the likes of Hullet, Vieira out of the team, but you just need to discover them.
For me, I think Vieira is just game-changing. Like, everything you need in the CDM, he's just everywhere. If you play against him or you play with him, you always notice him every second.
That was the case as well, wasn't it, throughout last year as well, Sean?
Exactly.
He was a big player, and it's good to see he's carried over into FIFA 18.
There we see the team of MoAubameyang, 4-4-2. Believe me, there will be super subs coming on.
What do you think of Aspas, ex-Liverpool? Scored a few big goals.
I don't want to think anything of him.
No?
Was Aspas the guy who did the corner against Chelsea?
That's exactly why I don't want to speak about him.
When Torres went through on goal and then squared it to Willian.
Yeah, cheers for that. Thank you.
It's okay.
Well then, here we go. Goes without saying, Ajax Dani, obviously playing in the Ajax kit. You can see his team on screen now. Davies in centre midfield.
The big man, Stephen Davis.
Over to...
I wonder if he's got the captain's armband on. He's a leader.
He is a leader. What a midfield that is, a midfield trio.
shout out to Dani for having Virgil van Dijk in at centre back.
I believe these two just need to jump back into the game, either a problem with the kits or something on those lines. We might have even selected the wrong team, in fact. We need to double check there with these guys. But we'll be underway very, very shortly. So make sure you do stick around for, you could say, the biggest game in this competition. It is the final, the DraftStory Cup final between MoAubameyang, the German, up against Ajax Dani. We talked about it before, didn't we, Richard, about is this the time that Ajax Dani really starts to hit that, that prime kind of area again? He's doing well in the Eredivisie at the moment. He's doing well in the tournaments like this. And when he starts going and winning tournaments, you can't really stop him at times.
Yeah, he's a bit of a machine, really. When he gets a lot of confidence behind him, I think he's definitely a confidence player.
Yeah.
Someone, when things are going right for him, everything goes right for him. We saw him, I'll not forget, last year, the Ziggy Battle final. There were a crowd there. It were in the Johan Cruyff Arena. And people were actually chanting his name, Dani, against Tas in the final. He beat Tas over 2 legs, which is something not a lot of people last year could say that they accomplished. But he didn't only beat him, he sort of like nullified his threat as well a little bit in that final.
And he sat here as well. He beat Vitality Rocky as well before that game, or in the group, sorry, and he said, I love playing against the big players because I want to prove myself. And if I do lose, it's not a case of I've lost the game. It's more of I've lost to a very good player. And at the same time, I learn. I learn when I play the big players. And I think that's a key thing. For example, someone like Sean, you've been in the scene for a long time. You wouldn't be at the level you are now without playing very good players, correct?
Exactly. That's how you get better. You play the best players. You can't get better by just grinding out the divisions against maybe not so good opponents.
And how important for you, Tex, in Barcelona, to go against 2 of the tournament favourites in your first 3 games in Gorilla and Kurt, do you think?
I think it was important because it made me more comfortable further on in the tournament. I'd already played some good players.
Because you played Kurt early on, I think, did you lose 4-3?
Yeah.
And then when you played him in the knockout stage, you beat him 5-1. So maybe you'd learn a little bit how he plays, and then he just couldn't adapt to how you were playing later on.
I think it is the fact as the tournament went on, I got a lot better and started being a lot more free flowing in what I was doing. That's the one. So I just played myself like I do in weekend leagues.
I think it's really good as well that you've gone to that. Obviously, you both were in the Barcelona event. And for example, Tex obviously won the event. You played against some really big names in there. When you got to the final, talk to me about how you were feeling because like these guys, they've had to have a break before they jump into that final. Was it a very nervous wait for you?
Yeah, it was nervous, but luckily I had Poacher there, and I was just talking to him, having a laugh like mates do, and it calmed me down a lot. And then as soon as I scored that first goal, then everything
just started clicking together.
So it helped a lot that I scored early on.
Well, here we go then. Final time here at the DraftStory Cup. You can see both the teams, both lineups. Ajax Dani's on the left with the midfield trio of dreams with experience, energy,
and exuberance.
And then you got Van Dijk, Azpilicueta, and then Carvajal and Dani Rose there as well.
Paulinho and Valencia in midfield for MoAubameyang.
Yep.
And then he's rolling with Dybala right mid, Messi, Ronaldo up top. And left mid, I can't actually remember who it was. It could have been...
I think it was Neymar.
Wait, Bale?
Somewhere in this team. In one of these teams. Here we go. They're underway in the DraftStory Cup final. Game number 1. Obviously, best of 5. We could potentially play 5 games. Ajax Dani kicking from left to right. MoAubameyang in the white strip from right to left. Remember, apparently the last time these two met, according to Dani, was in FIFA 16. I don't know what occasion it was, whether it was just a mistake on seasons or a friendly. Here we go!
Courtois.
Or safe left from Courtois.
Tipping it round the post. Early doors. Messi looking to make an impact on this game. Very, very early. Paulinho.
There we go. Is anyone there?
MoAubameyang, we know how dangerous he is from corners.
As we said, best of 5 here. And as you explained, Richard, can you explain a bit more to anyone that has just jumped in? You play the first 2 games, as we always expect.
Correct.
And then you can redraft?
You have the opportunity to do 1 redraft, Brandon.
If you want to.
For games 3, 4 and 5. If you're happy with your team, you can stay with your team all the way through the best-of-5 format.
Question is, what reactions and passion are we going to see from these two? Two very different play styles, or one's very aggressive, one's quite attacking, but I'd say Dani's kind of modified how he plays a little bit. You know, he's had to change, he said, for FIFA 18. He's had to build into the way he's playing now. He's had to learn how to not just attack. Possession as well. Messi! And there's the first goal in this final.
Early start for MoAubameyang. That's what Messi can do. Just gets the ball, moves it so effortlessly, and then little switch onto his left foot, bangs it past Dani's goalkeeper, Courtois. And
very strong start from Aubameyang though.
Deadlock broken by Mo.
You know when you played Nicholas, and I think it was 1 minute 52,
yeah.
50 something, when I nearly jumped off the chair or lost my voice. Like, how important is an early start in the final to let your opponent know that I'm here to play FIFA?
I think it's more important for yourself to know that.
Oh no, Ajax Dani.
What a
to know that you can actually score. And,
It was an impressive finish as well of Messi, right?
Yeah. I sort of knew Timmy Messi from there. It should go in. It's kick-off helps your shots a lot.
Well, can there be a reply from Dani? So it only took 10 in-game minutes for MoAubameyang to get the first goal here. Van Dijk in a very attacking position.
Van Dijk's talented in all areas.
And
attacking,
here comes
defending.
Another corner now. Watch out for that Ronaldo. And Oblak will catch that one.
What a throw. From defence into attack in the blink of an eye. Dybala brings it forward into Paulinho. Look for that run of Messi. Threading through ball and potentially down the line.
He's played that ball down the line, as you said. Vidal from Barcelona. Cut it back inside. Back post. Anyone there? Gareth Bale off the post.
Yeah, I think Dani had that one covered.
The keeper, as you'd say, the keeper had it covered. Messi back to goal. Trying to open up on that left foot for MoAubameyang now. Clever pass by Thibaut Courtois. Just able to get there.
How good is that back post cross now, Sean?
Yeah, I think that's something to look out for from Aubameyang. We saw it in the semi-final. He's very good at doing that back post cross, and he scores from it a lot of the time. So I think he'll score a few goals from that.
Especially when you've got someone like Bale going up at the back post.
Bale, Ronaldo, even Suarez, someone like that. Someone just tall and stocky wins that most of the time.
And how would you like to play? So if you're a front two, Sean, do you enjoy, you know, maybe a hold-up and a play a bit of pace, or do you like kind of both pace roles, kind of?
Both pace, but with a bit of skill as well. So
yeah,
because
like it was something that, you know, the guys pointed out on the commentary, but I think it was Poacher, in fact. It was like, Sean doesn't really, you know, tend to like maybe a Lukaku. Like, he prefers, maybe, as you said, more skilled, pacey players. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'd settle for Son and like a Mane up front or something like that. Definitely, yeah.
Here we go. Ronaldo now. He's got space. Do not let him have space around that area. Fake shot back. Look at the space on the far right-hand side if he can play it. There's the ball. Can there be the finish from Dybala? And he's got it.
Brilliant. Great goal. Such a good goal. Kept it on the edge of the box, worked it, and then the drag back. That's the 4-4-2 for you. It enables your wingers to get really wide and then come inside. When you've got Bale and Dybala both sides, Dybala can come in on the finesse shot. Bale can go driven across the goalkeeper. You've got so many different areas where you can score from.
Well then, 2-0. Remember though, this is only the first leg, Richard. Still so much more FIFA to be played. Suarez, he turns back outside on the edge of the box. Let it roll across the body. I like the idea there. One more, if he can. Is he onside? Yes, he is with Ronaldo. Cuts back inside. That's a big goal.
That is Dani. Well played, well played. Good goal, man.
A big goal by Ajax Dani there. Just to show that I'm still in this fight. I'm still in this first game. There's a long, long way to go. And now Basha has arrived.
The champ is in the building.
A nice, lovely finish on the left.
Just started, Basha, so it's currently 0-0. This is the first game in the best-of-5 series.
And it's myself, Brandon Smith, Richard Buckley, Sean Allen, and D.H. Tex. First game, as you said, Richard. Look at that ball. It's so easy. Wow.
So fortunate from Ronaldo. Great through ball through the gap for Valencia. And went for the Lodgeman shot, the Lodgeman finesse shot in the end.
You normally see them fly in from Ronaldo.
Normally do. You wouldn't expect anything different, to be honest.
I think Courtois had that one covered as well. Never dribbling him.
There we go. Great ball. Oh my.
Unlucky Dani.
You're thinking if that fell to Ronaldo, maybe the accuracy could have been there.
Obviously,
a lifeline, to be honest.
Biased commentary from DHTech, as he has been
not biased at all.
Coaching Dani throughout the tournament.
Ronaldo. And City will just get there in time, and a chance to recycle the play now for MoAubameyang. Jordi Alba just striding forwards. Can he find the through ball? Messi's waiting for it. Dybala's on the right-hand side. He'll just hold up the play, and it will be intercepted in the end.
Yeah, you see there. Didn't
there
want to play
there we go.
At all.
Fernandez. One more if he needs it. Suarez. Out wide to Neymar.
Great tackle.
Big tackle.
What he did there, he switched on to Nacho Fernandez, the other centre-back, and just walked across with him while using the second-man press with Vidal. Then switched. The player switching, something Zelonius was talking about so much. The player switch is so important. The split-second switching from MoAubameyang.
Yeah.
Some of the best that we've seen.
It's a key thing as well to remember, the player switching, as you said. That 1 second, if you're a little bit too slow on it, it can be the difference between, you know, defending or potentially scoring a goal, making a really important block. Here comes Dani with Ronaldo now. Whips it back across. Very clever from Dani.
Dani. Come on, keep going, man.
And a great finish from Luis Suarez.
So what's he done there, Sean?
I think he done really well with the driven pass. That works really well in this game. And the shot off just before the keeper gets to it, they go in most of the time. It's a good goal.
You've got to look at it in the way, though, is MoAubameyang was 2-0 up. But as we often see here, 2-0 leads in FIFA, 3-0 leads in FIFA don't always last long. Half-time, 2-2 the score.
Yeah, goal just on the stroke of half-time for that man Ajax Dani. And pegged back to MoAubameyang. Something MoAubameyang-esque almost, the comeback. We're very programmed to see, I should say. MoAubameyang be 2-0 down, and then turn a game on its head. This time, the coin's been flipped.
That's been indeed, and it's good to see that, you know, Dani is still competing. And, you know, obviously after quite a poor start in the game, he started playing the way he could. He knew he could as well. And to be a 2-2 at half-time is big for him. He's given me a smile through the booth. He's still calm and composed. And there's a lot of FIFA to play still if you have just joined the stream in the DraftStory Cup. Bale now. Antonio Valencia just waiting for a chance. One more if he can for MoAubameyang. What a tackle from Carvajal.
Yeah, great last-ditch tackle from Carvajal. Going to look for Ronaldo at the front post. He's been so good with corners.
Oh, he nearly got it as well.
Valencia.
Just cleared by Ronaldo.
Dani picks it. I should say, Mel picks it up on the halfway line. Little give and go. Bale can shoot across goal. Oh. Always going wide.
It's funny because obviously Dani said he's a big fan of Bale as well. So for him to concede that against Bale probably wouldn't have been the nicest thing to do, but wasn't troubling Thibaut Courtois there at all.
Ronaldo. How do you feel like the formations at this point have played any part in the game?
I still think MoAubameyang's got the upper hand with the 4-4-2. I think Dani's got to play a bit more reserved with that one striker, where MoAubameyang has got the width with the two strikers to play from.
Someone just asked you, Sean, is Prime Maradona better than Messi? Too many Messi?
I think
that's a big call in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's all down to opinion. Like, if I'm going to answer that question, it's a bit biased, seeing as I packed the 95 Maradona. So he's always got a place in my team.
Yeah.
And Messi's a great player, you can't get me wrong, but there's just...
Oh no, 1-2. 1-2, Bale, there you go.
It's a good block again. It's just something about the Maradona that... Maybe it's just, like I said, I'm a bit biased, and I prefer Maradona, just for that reason.
Well, of course, get your questions in for either Sean Allen or DHTech on the sofa. In this final, this is only game number 1. Suarez now. Lovely ball. Chance now for...
Penalty.
He just got pushed off the ball there. That's the difference there, isn't it? Just get out-strengthened a little bit.
They were looking for the low-joint shot.
There we go, Ronaldo front post. Flick off, back post!
Virgil van Dijk, what a player. He's quality, man. I'm telling you. He's good in the defence, he's good in the attack. What a guy, man.
Goal line technology, sorry. Goal line technology nearly needed there.
You see that finish, barring in? Oh, different class.
Well worked corner, that.
Oh,
Do you think he meant to flick it on, or do you think he shot at the front post with Ronaldo?
Well, we know what Dani can do. It's normally...
He'd probably press shoot, but it come off the top of his head, and Van Dijk's lurking.
Van Dijk. Oh, no. Heel-to-heel flick. Chance. MoAubameyang straight down the other end. And replying straight away.
That's what he can do, MoAubameyang. Heel-to-heel flick, straight from kickoff, instant reply. Ronaldo slots it home. And I'm going to say it, Brandon. We've got a game in our hands.
That's as long as that lead lasted. Not long. I'd love to see the goal time on that again. I could just see it there at the top of the screen. I think it was like 2 minutes in game. Not long at all. 61 and 63rd, I think the goals were there.
Of course, that is a goal straight from kickoff. It's very difficult to score this year.
Neymar now.
Vidal looking for that threaded through ball down the line. Danny Rose steps in. Well, again, giving away possession, both players.
Look at that tackle from Van Dijk.
He's got himself a goal as well, and intercepting the ball in very good areas there. Chance to try and switch it out the other way now. Back to goal now for Luis Suarez. This is Ajax Dani in possession. 3-3 the score currently. He'll just look to be patient on it and find a way through MoAubameyang's midfield. Oh, there's maybe the ball. He's trying to play the offside trap, MoAubameyang.
Cyprian in midfield.
Here we go. One more if he needs it. Can he cross it? Suarez is lurking in there. Dani Carvajal.
No penalty. Clear-cut penalty for me.
Just intercepted there.
Going to look for a 1-2. Dybala going forward. He's got two strikers up there with the 4-4-2. Bale. Ronaldo's lurking. Went for the back heel. Good defending from Azpilicueta. Seems to be one of the players, Azpilicueta, just on the cusp of becoming...
I think he's been superb in this tournament as well. The amount of times he's been drafted.
One of the pros' favourites. But until maybe he gets a team of the season card, but with Chelsea this year, not sure he will.
But as you said, in this tournament, you know, it opens up the opportunity for other players to have the spotlight, as you said. De Bruyne. Ronaldo now. Oh, he saw what he's trying to do there. Maybe could have even brought a Ronaldo chop there to maybe open up an inch of space for him.
Dybala going forward, looking for that run down. You see Ronaldo pointing.
There we go. He's going to come back inside. Bale now.
Poor defending from Dani.
One more. There on the right foot of Messi. Thinking if that was on the left, Richard, could have been a different story.
Yeah, he lunged in there, didn't he, Dani?
Yeah, I think for the finish, you got to believe in Messi's right foot and go across goal with a low driven.
Ronaldo will try and look for that overlap there. Bad place to lose possession for Ajax Dani now, and a chance to counter-attack for MoAubameyang. Jordi Alba. He'll just recycle, I'm sure. Try and find a little gap. Paulinho. And Van Dijk again. He's been superb at the back for Ajax Dani.
De Bruyne bringing it forward. Just keeping possession now, Dani. The game will go to extra time.
And if we need it, a penalty shootout as well. Here we go. Neymar now. Ball roll.
I can see a late winner in this game.
You heard it from Sean first.
Kevin De Bruyne. Referee. Is he fouled? No, we're playing on instead. Vidal will just clear that down the line.
Messi carries it forward. Played back to Vidal. Now look for the run of Messi. There we go. Van Dijk's completely out of position. He's nowhere to be found.
Look at him getting back into position.
Valencia. Just waiting now for the final touch into Ronaldo now for MoAubameyang. Added time to come very, very soon.
Cyprian bringing the ball forward quite a long way. Not a lot of support going forward either.
Finds onside as well. Carvajal, feed through Ronaldo now for Ajax Dani. Whip it across, put it in the mixer, as they say. Edge of the box if he wants to. There it is. Turns. Kevin De Bruyne. Fake shot from Neymar.
Great tackle from Alex Vidal.
And it looks like
one
extra
final
time.
chance.
Here we go. Feed through Luis Suarez. If he can. There it could be. Oh, he's got it.
Good goal. Sensational play from Dani.
A big goal from Ajax Dani there.
Tex has left the booth. Not sure if he will be returning. Dani, 90th minute goal. Probably sealed the first leg in this best-of-5 series. Talk me through that play, Sean.
He won the ball back very quickly. I think MoAubameyang was going for the last attack. And then he won it back on the halfway line, had the last attack himself, and it was a good finish.
A great finish in the end, indeed. And I don't know if you boys can pick up anything from this first game.
There's still a chance.
There's
still a chance. Ronaldo.
No way he gets lost.
Paulinho. Bale.
Cuts back.
Can't go backwards. He knows he
Aim
can't
for the
go
left
backwards.
foot. Aim for the left foot.
No way.
Ronaldo.
Oh, my days.
Great
Drops the yard bar out. And it is going to be...
I keep doing the same. I'm going to go back on the couch. I'm very biased commentator at the moment. I keep doing the same. You're doing well.
Tex will be in his corner, giving him the encouragement that he needs. Because I think a player like Dani, he needs someone to keep him grounded almost.
Yeah, he plays on hype a lot, and you need someone. It's a bit like a gorilla, where he likes playing on the hype. He likes playing quick. He needs to keep his momentum going. Where sometimes you just need to keep him cool and just keep him calm.
And then when he needs it, you've got someone like that with Tex in there to bring him up.
Exactly, yeah.
Second game, going to be getting underway very shortly. The 4-4-2 and the 4-3-3 up against each other.
And as you said, what I wanted to say, guys, was out of that first game in the drafts, for me, I thought both players played extremely well. Was there any faults you saw in any of those teams, Richard?
Any faults?
Maybe the midfield, one of the midfielders, or...?
I think it was just a late winner. I think that's all it was to separate the two sides. You saw all the way through, it was one person scores, the other person scores, end-to-end football. And then late on, it was that man, Ajax Dani, who did score the winning goal with Luis Suarez. And he was the difference maker. 4 goals to 3 in the end. MoAubameyang looks very composed, though. He doesn't look stressed. He doesn't look annoyed. He doesn't really look agitated.
He knows it's a best of 5.
It's a long format.
It's a best
I personally
of 5.
think he was the better player in that game. There's a lot of chances where really should have gone in more than anything. So
the Messi one at the back post are a big one.
Exactly. He had plenty of chances like that. So I think he can keep his head up high, and I really think he'll take the second game to make it 1-1.
And as we said, it was just a case of there was so many shots there, so many chances for both these guys. It was just end-to-end FIFA. You know, you could not separate those two, and it was literally last chance right at the end for Ajax Dani there, and you got an Ajax Dani reaction in the end, didn't we?
We did get an Ajax Dani reaction. But more importantly for me, you see Ajax Dani there on the left, getting hyped. It looks like he's calmed back down now. He needs to switch on, because in no time at all, in maybe 45 minutes, MoAubameyang could be walked away with his trophy.
It wasn't exactly an easy win for him, so he needs to stay concentrated and just hope the same goes for him again.
Well, here we go then. We're going into that second game now. This is the team that Ajax Dani is using. I'll tell you now, Van Dijk and Azpilicueta, that partnership, I was impressed with last game.
Van Dijk, Azpilicueta, Courtois. That trio were very, very good in the first leg. We're seeing the pause coming straight away, and the substitutes will be coming on. This is for MoAubameyang on the left, Dani on the right. If you are joining us, this is the final in a best-of-5 format, Brandon.
It is indeed, and you can just see the few changes there. Dybala will come on for Mo, and then any changes. So there's a midfield change there for Ajax Dani.
Paulinho, Kondogbia. Bale moved up from left back. That is the birthday Bale. Ronaldo, Messi leading line. For me there, I think you've got to play Messi left striker, Ronaldo right striker, so you don't have to cut inside, so you can just load driven shot.
But it all depends. They've both got great weak foot, so they're not that predictable, and cutting in and finessing is actually really good in this game. So,
is that a case of as well, though, Sean, if you were playing against that, would you be thinking, or if you were using that, would you be like, I'm going to play him that way because then my opponent might think I might try and use the weak foot?
Maybe, but I do prefer the left footer on the left.
Okay.
But there's some people where they do like that, where they can cut in and finesse, or they can just turn the other way and just completely trick the opponent.
It's all about obviously just trying to be unpredictable at this level, as we know.
Unpredictability wins championships. Look at Tex in Barcelona.
No one knew what to expect of him, and the next thing you know, he's bringing out
El Tornadoes, flip-flaps, elasticos, you name it. He probably did it.
And that low-driven, sorry, not low-driven, that unbelievable goal kick. Van Dijk there, will he stand strong? Yes, he will. This is game number 2. Dani pinched the winning game number 1 here at the DraftStory Cup. Best of 5 final chance for Messi on that left foot. And MoAubameyang, again, has started this game strong.
Great finish from MoAubameyang. Maybe questions of offside there. Just watching back on the stream. No, he was onside, Messi. did slot it home. And very composed finish from MoAubameyang. That's one word to describe him. Composed.
He said, what's the point in getting all worked up with the emotions in FIFA, because it does have an effect on you at the end of the day, doesn't it?
He's experienced. He's been at many events before. He's been to finals before. He knows how to remain composed, but also how to play his best FIFA when it really matters.
He's beaten Dito. He's beaten Dito today. He was 2-0 down in the first game against a possession-based player like Dito. Somehow pulled out the bag, won that game 3-2, and then took the second game to him.
De Bruyne.
Oh, chance now for Ajax Dani with Luis Suarez! And just like that, the game has changed.
Why do you not think we're seeing more Luis Suarez in the major championships? Is it because of R9?
Yeah, definitely. For me, Suarez is a great striker, but you can't put him in front of R9.
Maybe what about a team of the season, Suarez, potentially?
Depends on his pace a lot. Where R9, it's all about who maybe could partner him, maybe the striker Ronaldo, or it's hard to look past both Ronaldos, to be honest.
Ronaldo. I think as well that's key there is Suarez hasn't really had, you know, that important for item yet, which...
He's got a 95.
He's got 95, but last year, remember, you know, as we approached the FIFA Interactive World Cup finals, he had a 98, I believe. Was that team of the season, potentially? Team of the year, sorry. Which obviously was unbelievable. And as you said, Suarez is a fantastic finisher. Hopefully we'll see him a bit more.
One of the best finishers.
Oh, no. Oh, no! Kevin De Bruyne!
That's a great finish. Would you have taken that first time?
I wouldn't have personally done that, but I think that just shows what Dani's doing right now. He's on a high. He's confident.
Confidence he's playing.
Yeah, exactly. He's confident in everything he's doing right now, so he believes that goes in, and there it goes.
And not a massive celebration from him, because he knows it's a long way before there will be a winner crowned here. And if you didn't know, if you have just joined, after this game, the players will have the choice whether they would want to redraft. You get one chance at a redraft, or you stick with the team that you're using now.
I think for me, I think Dani will probably stick with his team. Would you agree? And I think MoAubameyang probably be looking at a redraft. But that first game...
I think Mo's team's very good, though, as well.
Yeah, both teams are actually really good. And the more that you play with it, the more comfortable you get with the team as well.
But right this second, I reckon they're going to be, like, they'll be both, like, Dani will stick in, MoAubameyang will be changing. That's right now. Something could change in this game where MoAubameyang finds his groove and then he'd be happy with the team, finally.
And what a big win it could be for one of these guys.
Look at that threaded through ball down the line. Neymar, look at Suarez in the middle.
Lurking there on the edge of the box for it. Neymar's just going to delay this now and try and find a way through. He tried to outskill both of the players. They will just get rid of it in the end. Chance for Dybala to drive forward now for MoAubameyang. And they'll just wait for that through ball. We will cycle, actually, in fact, and just play out on this left-hand side. That's poor there. Just a simple pass, isn't it, at the end of the day? And if you don't play that, you will get picked off.
Yeah, both the players seem quite sloppy in possession right now, giving the ball away at a few different opportunities.
I think that just shows how good they both are in pressuring as well, though, rather than individual mistakes.
Dani's loving this switch, left back to right back. And it's a really key thing we saw a lot in Barcelona. And going forward now, it's just a chance to reset your opponent, and you can attack down. You can attack, in fact, down the side where it goes.
Well, it's the switch and then out your feet, threaded through ball down the line past the fullback. That seems to be
no. Ooh.
One of the best ways to get in very quickly.
He done that against me a lot in the semi-final as well. He done it really well, so he's obviously been working on that, and it's showing here.
What were some of the real strengths about Dani? The way he's unpredictable, or just, he's just attack.
It's hard to say because he's got a bit of everything.
Oh no, go on, Mo.
There's
a big goal for him, and an important one for him. He had the chance on the edge of the box to equalise as well, and a big goal for MoAubameyang. And it just makes this tie even more competitive.
You're talking when you played Dani, what were some of the standout things that you saw from his game?
Yeah, he can be unpredictable. When he gets his confidence behind him, and then everything just starts clicking for him. Like, he'll start doing skills, and then the passing will be quicker. And then a lot of the chances he has, he'll finish. If you notice in this game, he don't really waste a chance.
It'll either be a goal or a shot on target.
Here we go for MoAubameyang now. Goes for the finesse with Dybala. And that is how you turn a game around for the German MoAubameyang.
Great finish. The 4-4-2 coming in once again there. You've always got the man out wide. Dybala on that occasion. One touch out of his feet. Finesse past the goalkeeper. At the end of the day, that's just a formation.
That isn't, as you said, Richard, that left midfielder, right midfielder, they can cut in and they can cause issues.
And I think he's had 37% possession, Mo.
Again, though, you cannot write off Dani because he'll go down the other end. Here we go, Kevin De Bruyne, 3-3 again.
Seems as though everything Dani touched at the minute is turning into goal, Sean.
They've both been so clinical in this game. It seems like when you just think one person's getting a hold of this game, the other one scores on their first attack pretty much.
And if you have just joined, this is the DraftStory Cup final. Game number 2. It's a best of 5, remember. Ajax Dani won the first game. And after this game, the players have the choice to redraft if they want, but they get basically one chance to redraft. If they choose to, they'll leave this team they're on now, and they'll have to deal with the draft they find. However, I'll be surprised if both players did that.
Yeah, I think both players are slowly getting into the grooves with the team. So I'm unsure if they would redraft. You have to think if MoAubameyang does lose this game and goes 2-0 down, would he risk it?
I think he would. You got nothing to lose then.
Oh, that's a bit naughty there.
Yeah, yellow card.
Surely nothing more. But more importantly, it's just a yellow card that you might not want to worry about. But if you make one little issue, one little mistake, Ronaldo with the front post flick. Oh. MoAubameyang there, just a little area.
Ronaldo.
Bale should be okay there.
Cleared long. It looks like half-time. We'll be coming up at 3 goals apiece.
I don't know if you remember the last half-time, Richard. It was 2-2 with a basically last minute, last second equaliser before the half-time there. Again, we find ourselves with nothing to separate these two.
Yeah, Mo, 3 shots on target. 3 goals at this point. He's making a few changes, Sean. He's put Bale into centre midfield and Valencia on at right mid.
If Valencia stays there, that's very surprising. I don't rate him so much going forward.
Would you maybe swap Jordi Alba and Valencia? He swapped Vidal and Valencia now.
That'll be even more interesting, to be honest.
And then Ajax Dani, on the other hand, with the 4-3-3. Seems quite happy, seems quite content.
Stephen Davis came off, unfortunately, for Cyprian.
Oh, I mean, just half-time.
In the midfield.
It's good to see, though, as well, that he might have the options to bring on later on in the game for both of these players. We're into the second half now. We're in the second game. Dani won the first game. And as you can see by the score, this game is 3-3. Chance for MoAubameyang there. And I think that's Valencia, of all people.
Yeah, it was. Just speaking of, I don't rate him going forward. Is he playing right mid, Valencia? It's quite hard.
It looks like he is.
Yeah. Is that more of a defensive change, you think? Help out on the fullbacks?
Oh, no. Look at this space.
He's onside.
He's onside. He went for the offside trap. Cheeky chip. Off the upright. Anyone get that way? Just about by Valencia.
Is Valencia getting back? So maybe it is thinking about that. But
I think he's brought Mahrez on. I think Valencia is playing right back, and he's brought Mahrez on at right mid.
I don't think Valencia knows where he's playing himself, to be honest.
That's Azpilicueta. Just a chance for Dani to reset and calm himself down. Kevin De Bruyne. Into Danny Rose now. He's intercepted by the sub Mahrez for MoAubameyang. Wait for that through ball. He's going to play it when he can. No, he's not. He's going to drive down the line instead and try and open up an opportunity. Van Dijk's out of position now. Massively out of position. Left foot finesse for Messi. That is easy. He makes it look easy. He pulled out Van Dijk. He found the space. And unfortunately, Ajax Dani is now 4-3 down.
Just capitalised on the mistake there. Virgil van Dijk in no man's land at the back 4. Messi gets in. Messi slots it home from close range. And now MoAubameyang leaves 4 goals to 3. But I highly, highly doubt it's going to end 4-3. I'm tested with a great block in Suarez.
He's learned from his mistakes from last game as well. He's a lot more clinical now.
And as you said, guys, you know, if both players do win one game after, obviously the second game, obviously MoAubameyang lost the first. Dani, if it stays like this, obviously he could lose the second. Will we see redrafts? It's so hard to call. It's
very hard to call. We'll just have to wait and see how this game does end up.
It's literally just one little mistake. That's all it is.
Cyprian out wide to Danny Rose. The offside trap in use there. Did he catch him offside? No, he didn't.
It's quite risky with the offside traps. Is it something that you often do, Sean, or
Yeah, it's a bad habit sometimes. You just get used to doing it, then you just do it too much, and then all of a sudden there'll be an on goal.
Oh, hill to hill, hill to hill. Oh, Black. Wow,
just did enough.
A little bit.
Composed.
Yeah, composed is a word I'd use.
Just did enough to palm it out of danger, did Black. Not back into the danger area.
A little bit fortunate as well. Could have easily gone wrong. And straight down the other end now. Remember, MoAubameyang has the lead here. It's just nothing to separate these two. It's literally one little mistake that could change this game. 4-3 at the moment. Valencia, will he feed the ball through? No, he won't. He does. Messi in the end hits the post. And he's offside anyway.
He was offside anyway. What a game this is, Brandon. End-to-end stuff all the way through the game. Both players nothing but attacking right now.
It's just attack, attack, attack. You cannot separate these two, as I've said before.
Dani's gave the ball away here.
Anyone can easily win this game. Mahrez now. One more to Bale. He's going to try and open up on his left foot. He can now. Bale!
What a save from Courtois. Wrong shot choice there for you?
He could have took a few steps forward, I think, and then maybe hit a low driven or even a
Messi.
fence.
Messi in. Oh, Courtois will just get there.
I think a finesse might have been the better option with Bale.
Yeah, I don't know if he maybe just snatched at the chance.
Valencia.
Anyone could win this game, though. Anyone. Dani could go and get 2 goals. Mo could go and get another one.
I think the next goal is crucial, really. If Mo gets it, 5 goals to 3, I don't see Dani coming back. If Dani gets it, 4-4. We might even see a Dani winner in regulation time.
Messi now. Opening up on that left foot. He's trying to. He's got a little bit fortunate there. Gareth Bale, that's taken the deflection. And out for a corner now for MoAubameyang.
Gareth Bale on that right foot. Messi, come to the front post. Is he going to flick on? No, he's not.
Messi.
Ronaldo's past Paulinho. Ronaldo could be in.
Look at that run. At the top of your screen there. From Neymar, I believe it is.
Ronaldo.
There we go. First time if he can play it. Ronaldo there. Really poor touch from him.
Terrible touch from Ronaldo. Very un-Ronaldo-esque. The poor touch from him.
I think as you've kind of summed that up there, Richard, that was very not Ronaldo-esque there. That chest touch was something you won't want to see again.
Azpilicueta just outstrength Messi there. With only 13 minutes left. There will be a chance for both of these two players. You always get a chance, Sean, don't you?
Exactly. Just you've seen how they've been finishing in this game. It just takes one chance, and no doubt Dani will score it if he has it.
There we go. I think it's a bit risky playing a through ball to this man, but he has done it. Whip it in the box now if he can. Still, this attack is open. Black with a massive save.
Huge save there. We're just speaking about the chances that you get. This one is Mo's. Ronaldo coming forward.
He's waiting for the through ball. He's waiting for it.
But he's playing the 4-4-2.
There it is.
That's the width that you get with the 4-4-2.
Into Dybala that can run at this defence now. To the edge of the box with Gareth Bale. Will he hit it now? Valencia, look at the space. Oh, he's off.
That was a great offside trap.
I was going to say, I wonder why there was so much space there.
It's brave to do it in that position, but it worked very well for him. Now he gets one last attack.
He didn't actually play the offside trap, it looks like. I just actually watched it back on stream then.
He didn't play it.
I don't think he played the offside trap.
Just a bad ball in the end.
Which very surprising because it seemed like all his defence stood up.
Yeah, if he did concede from that and he didn't press it, then I don't think he'd be happy at all.
Suarez. De Bruyne now just waiting patiently for the chance if he can get it. Added time to come very shortly. This is basically most games to lose now.
Yeah, 4-3 up. Just keep the ball. And now he's got the ball back. Dani's chance potentially could have slipped through his hands. Titi into Bale. We saw Mo earlier in the day. He could have had a one-on-one and he turned away from goal, Brandon.
He did. And Dani's done that before as well. Surely this could be game over now. Added time of 2 minutes. This should conclude the second game, and this will make it interesting for the fans that are watching this stream. I mean, that both players have both won a game each, and it opens up the question now: who wants to redraft?
And are we going to a best of 5, Brandon?
Well, as you know, it is a best of 5. This is game number 2.
Are we going to game 5, I should say?
Who knows?
The way that we're going right now.
No, only one chance.
I think we would love to see a redraft, you know, as neutrals here. Sean, do you think that there needs to be a redraft? Because both these players, their teams, they're matching each other up massively.
Exactly. They've both been such tight games, both of them. And they'll be brave to redraft, that's for sure. If MoAubameyang lost that and went 2-0 down, he's got nothing to lose, just hope to get a wonder draft. But they've both won a game. MoAubameyang looked better in the first. Maybe Dani even looked better in the second. So, and they didn't even win the ones they looked better in. So it's a really tight one now.
I think they're in a position right now where if one of these redrafts and one doesn't, and it doesn't go well, I think this would really dictate how this best of 5 goes in the end.
Let us know, chat. Would you redraft or stick? You've got one opportunity to do it.
Obviously, the DraftStory Cup final. After this best of 5, one player will get $5,000. And of course, the trophy and the reputation that comes with being the first ever DraftStory Cup winner here in Krefeld, Germany.
A lot of people saying redraft, stick.
I think stay is a smart option for both of these guys, but if they want to make it interesting for the fans at home, but again though, if you do redraft, you could get a better team. You could get a better team than you have already. You know, we don't have control over that, whether these guys redraft or not. It is up to them, the coaches that are behind them. If you had a player next to you and you were like, would you say, what do you think I should do? Or you're like, would you try and break it down in each position, would you say, and look at midfield, where can I improve? Strikers, where can I improve?
I think they got to stick. Both of them, I think they'll stick because they've both been very even. The teams are very alike, I'd say, and the formations kind of cancel each other out. They've been both by 1 goal each game, and it's been very tight. So a big risk. If they redraft and then one gets like a horrible draft, then they could ruin the whole thing.
I've just heard there's going to be no redraft.
They are both sticking.
They're going to stick.
That's a smart choice.
And as you said, Sean Allen, smart choice indeed. I think it would be stupid if they did redraft because, as you know, you only get one chance to redraft. If it goes wrong, you're going to be in trouble at the end of the day.
You will be in trouble. But are they actually happy with their drafts?
I think you can't take the risk whether you're happy or you're not. You know, you've both scored goals. You've only lost by 1 goal. Mo only lost by 1 goal in the first game. Dani only lost by 1 goal in the second game. And both players scored a number of goals.
I was going to jump into the 3rd game in this best of 5 series, Brandon. Currently tied at 1 each. Dani won the first game. Mo won the second game.
And this is Ajax Dani's team. You can see there now with the Van Dijk, Azpilicueta partnership, and then before that was MoAubameyang's team. They've both decided to stick. Game number 3 now. Both of these players have won a game each. So that means minimum we need to go to the 4th game.
Yeah.
I think we'll be seeing a game 5.
You think we'll go 2-1, 2-2?
It'll go to distance.
Penalties, game 5.
That would be the ultimate.
It wouldn't surprise me.
That would be the ultimate final. The game 5 finish would be huge.
A $5,000 penalty shootout.
I just can't imagine it. $5,000 penalty shootout.
That's what it'd be.
So the difference of moving your analog stick
3 centimetres to the left and 3 centimetres to the right.
For $5,000, potentially a contract extension with your organisation or club.
Correct.
It sounds like nothing, but trust me, it could be massive. Here we go. Game number 3 now. If you didn't know, if you have just joined, Ajax Dani versus MoAubameyang. MoAubameyang in the white, Ajax Dani in the blue away kit of Ajax. Here we go. Who will get first blood in this one?
With both players sticking with their formations and sticking with their drafts, you've got to think that they're getting more...
Oh, no.
They're getting more comfortable
Can you imagine an El Tornado to open up this game?
Getting more comfortable playing with the team. How long does it usually take you to get comfortable with a team if you're just going to buy it on Ultimate Team?
It all depends on what formation you have, really, because obviously this is a draft format, so you don't know how often Dani plays 4-3-3 or Mo plays 4-4-2. So it's all about the formation and the players they're actually using, because online you'll just buy the best players straight out, where they've got the likes of like Carvajal, their right back, so he probably doesn't use them often. It could take a few games to get used to what he's doing.
Played in short to Neymar.
We'll go to the edge of the box now for Azpilicueta. Doubt he's going to be having a shot anytime soon. Just a chance to recycle instead, actually, for Ajax Dani to open up space on the edge of the box. And I think he's just chosen the wrong man to shoot with there.
Always rising from Kondogbia. Going to be passed out from the back through MoAubameyang. Don't usually see it passed out from the goalkeeper. It's got a little bit of risk to it.
It's all about if you've got the Ronaldo up top. Normally you'd see a straight clearance to him and he'll win the header. I like going out to the left back or the right back. They're more or less open most of the time, so just find them and then build up from there.
Well then, no deadlock broken in this one. It's normally MoAubameyang that actually gets the first goal out of the 2 games. Or have I just cursed it? Back post, anyone there with the header? And I
Cyprian's done well. He's got a corner.
Anyone we win in that one, obviously a corner to come in instead now. Just watch how he's controlling his players, MoAubameyang there. He's just trying to change around who he's controlling. Look, he's controlling...
Nacho Fernandez now.
Oh my.
Oof. Goal kick.
Goal kick in the end. Still goalless here. I think what's key as well, that both of them have the confidence or, you know, maybe they feel like that the draft they've got right now maybe can't be topped or it's not worth the risk.
Not only that as well, because both players have actually got a win against each other, they'll both be confident in their drafts. If it were 2-0 at this juncture,
yeah, you'd be looking at mistakes, wouldn't you? There's a chance. Oh, don't know. Aspas.
Has he not done his subs?
Guessing that means the ball was only just gone out of play. No, it has gone out of play already. Has Aspas not been taken off? Well, that's interesting from MoAubameyang.
The first time he kept...
There we go.
First time he's kept him on.
Maybe he believes in the Spaniard. Aspas is still on the pitch. Well, there you have it.
Wow.
He's playing him on the left mid, so...
I expect as well that when we go through the games, and I think Megabit was a player that did this quite a lot, and I think it's the man that's doing it right now, MoAubameyang. He changed a few positions round of his players with the draft. He'll bring in maybe some subs a bit later. He'll change it round. Obviously, each game he's learning different things, or maybe he wants to be transparent every game and change things round.
Yeah, first game where he did play in that semi-final, he played Fernandinho at right back. In the second game then, he realised that didn't work for him, so he put Fernandinho back into CDM.
Alves. Was it Alves at the time or Marcelo?
And then put, I think it was Valencia.
Okay.
Back into right back.
Oh, no. Oh, blank!
Nearly drawing a blank.
That was risky there at the back. Ajax Dani will have a corner, though. Ronaldo. He's going to drive out onto the edge of the box now. Azpilicueta. I doubt he'll be shooting at all. He's going to recycle to another centre-half in Van Dijk. Ball rolls from Azpilicueta there. That is risky at the end of the day.
He's in.
And he's in. He's in. He's off. Messi now.
It's like Torres at the
Just
new
take
camp.
your time. Messi, and there's the goal.
Don't know where that's come from.
MoAubameyang is in absolute shock. I think the offside there was literally a yard or two. I think he was just inside his own half, Messi. If he was a yard out, he could have been offside.
How often do I talk about it, though, on this couch? If you're not playing defensive and you get a corner, all your team goes forward. You've got no one back for you. We saw it right then. One through ball, Messi's in, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
I honestly think MoAubameyang was in shock there. The amount of
in.
space, the amount of time. But why did that come from? Azpilicueta doing unnecessary ball rolls, in my opinion.
Yeah, losing the ball from a corner. You can't lose the ball from a corner or set piece. How many times we see it? Even from throw-ins.
Here we go. Chance to double his lead now. Oh, lovely drag backs from Ronaldo. Linked back in. He's onside. Messi is as well. And just did enough to defend that time, Ajax Dani, but he'll have learned from that mistake. If he's bringing up, players like Van Dijk and Azpilicueta, do not do silly things on the ball.
Just trying to cause a bit of confusion, I think, there, with the ball rolls in the box. How often do we see people doing drag backs, ball rolls?
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, lovely roulette into a finesse. Although driven, sorry, in fact, for Suarez. And Ajax Dani equalises here.
Because I say, very Shells-esque. He loves the roulette into a finesse shot or into a low driven.
Normally with Ronaldo as well.
It's a great finish from Suarez. Literally nothing to separate these two.
We haven't seen too many roulettes in this game as well, so that came out of nowhere, and then it was a good finish towards the end.
It's all about the unpredictability.
Well, lads, we're all level once again in this tie. I honestly don't think you could get two players that match each other up so well, and with the teams they've got as well, I think it's quite a fair playing field between the two.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
There we go.
Is he in?
Wrong choice of ball. I think he could have do that again. He would have played it along the floor.
Had to be a low driven, a threaded through ball, a low driven through ball.
Fake shot. Neymar. Interchange it. Threaded through ball down the line. Watch out for Suarez. He's lurking in there. What's he going to do? Play it short.
What a save from Oblak. What did he have? Save.
Did he have time for an extra touch?
Maybe one more pass there.
I think he had more time than he actually thought.
I'm just watching it back now. Oh, maybe.
I was thinking maybe a bit more time to take a touch, finesse it with Suarez. You know, it's just thinking. But when you're in a rush like that and you're playing at 100 miles an hour,
you have to make the decision straight away.
It's tough to slow down.
Pulling his man short here. I think it will be Kondogbia. Carvajal now.
Remember, this is game number 3. Dani won the first. MoAubameyang won the second. And now we're here in the third game with these two drawing again. That shot's blocked. Nacho Fernandez will stand strong just to block it as well and take the sting out of that shot. And a chance to counter-attack straight down the other end. It's just counter-attack, counter-attack, counter-attack between these two.
Yeah, it's like watching two great attacking sides in real life, Brandon, where they just play at each other with no fear. Neither of these two right now worrying about defending. They're just all-out attack. Dybala on his weak foot.
Was it the wrong choice of cross as well?
Maybe should have gone for a lobbed cross to the back post.
Yeah, he's been good with his crosses, so yeah. I'm surprised he went for the driven passer.
And at the third game in, we're drawing again at half-time. First game, 2-2 half-time. Second game, 3-3 half-time. And now we're 1-1 again here at half-time. These two, I've said it again, I'm going to say it again one more time. They can't be better matched at this moment in time.
We're seeing the substitutes now. He's brought Valencia on again at right mid. He's got Paulinho. Bale is put into central midfield. Ronaldo, Messi up top. Dybala on the left. Valencia right mid. I know you're not a fan of that, Sean.
I wouldn't do that, really, because we saw before his shot is not the greatest, and the right mid's actually getting a lot for the 4-4-2. So if you find him in, I wouldn't be confident with him finishing.
Well then. Second half of action underway now. Obviously the score finishes this game, whoever wins it, this could be the difference in the teams. On the finesse with right foot of Messi as well. Straight from half-time.
He's so clinical when he gets a chance. From kickoff, he might be one of the best players that I've seen MoAubameyang.
Yeah, he's been very strong at the start of every half, he's been the better, maybe for the first 5 to 10 minutes. And then when it settles down, Dani will take over and then maybe settle the game down himself.
It's just, I don't think just trying to think the biggest gap between these two has been, has it been 2 goals maybe on one occasion? But it's just really, I'm going to score, you're going to score, I'm going to score, you're going to score. Just reminds me of that game you played, Sean. It was against?
Everyone.
Everyone. Marlow 7-5?
Timox.
Timox, that's the one. You scored, he scored, you scored again to extend the lead. It's just back and forth, back and forth. You know, this is what this draft cup has brought. And we're seeing it in the final here as well. But the point I'm trying to make is that whoever wins this game, I think, could dictate or see how the next game goes. If he can pinch the win in the next game, we won't need to go to the 5th game. And potentially, whoever wins this game might bring a better performance out of their opponent because they know they have to win to stay, you know, in the tie.
Stay alive, yes.
To stay in the tie.
Yeah, this is the final right now. Sean did think it were going to be a best of 5, but I'd probably say would you say over the course of the 3 games, MoAubameyang's, would you say slightly edged all 3? It definitely edged 2 in my opinion.
Yeah, it's been very tight. I think, like I said before, I think Dani edged the one that he actually lost, and Aubameyang edged the one that he lost as well. Yep. So it's a bit 50-50 right now, and still this game as well could go either way.
It's just so difficult as well to try and, you know, look in depth at all 3 of these games because they've only been by 1 goal. Every win has been by 1 goal. That both opponents have scored at least 2 to 3 goals in each game.
Loads of space for Danny Rose to go into.
Neymar now. Will he cut it back instead? There we go. Danny Rose. Oh, a cheeky little pass. Van Dijk nearly got himself another goal.
Oblak has been huge.
He's made some great saves.
There we go. Ronaldo. Oblak.
Could be coming into your team.
It's the first time we've seen him in the draft as well. That's going to be recycled to the edge of the box. Do not do ball rolls with Azpilicueta. You've learned from that last time. Wow. Stop and turn. That is impressive what you did there. He didn't even move. I think he just held the L2 button.
I think we're L2 and then L1 as well to be able to spin quickly. And then Cyprian, low-driven shot past the goalkeeper. All came from the corner. He played it short. He reworked it back to Azpilicueta. How many times do we see that?
Through the legs.
Through the defender's legs.
He's done that to me so many times in the semi-final where he'll just shield with the L2 button. He'll just shield my players off. They'll bounce off his strikers, and then he'll just finish every time.
And now MoAubameyang looking to reclaim his lead. 2-2. This is the third game.
And boys, we are square again. 2-2. Jordi Alba. We'll see MoAubameyang kicking in the white. Maybe some subs later on if they've got any subs left. Half turn. Gareth Bale. When you get him on his left foot, he is dangerous. And again, it's just a common theme we're seeing. Dani gets back in the game, and it's always a really, really, really quick reply from MoAubameyang.
And what's he done there to turn like that, Sean?
It's just the normal of the left stick. It's just being clever, going on Bale's left foot. Sometimes they'll read it because you'd think Bale's only got one foot. Yeah, but sometimes if you get too close to the to the attacker, you
almost roll them.
Yeah, exactly. You get rolled every time.
MoAubameyang is relentless, Brandon.
In the attack, why is he conceding every time though, Rich? Is it just, can he not defend to a certain level? Or is he just, it's just his attack in his game?
I think that's just the way this game is, Brandon. It's just end-to-end stuff. You attack, I attack, you attack, I attack. And it's, at the end of the day, whoever's more clinical in the final third will be the winner of this game.
And linking in with that as well, you attack, you're always prioritising your attack over than your defence.
Especially in
draft,
with draft,
especially in this DraftStory Cup. So the main aim, and Sean can, is a great example of this when he's played all his games. His main priority is always to outscore your opponent.
Exactly. With defending, you can't rely on it too heavily, especially in this draft where it's hard to get a good defence. So you're more likely to see the Messis, Ronaldos and Bales linking up play just in here.
Ooh. It's going to fall to Paulinho on the edge. Keeper still off his line. Good tackle from De Bruyne. Counter-attack opportunity.
You got to keep thinking about going forward and making it more and more.
Obviously, Sadio Mane was a bit of a hero for Sean in the tournament. Scored a number of big goals for him. If you are just joining, you want German broadcast, Be Part Gaming over on Twitch TV for a full German broadcast of all the same actions you see in here. If you're enjoying the international one over on the Tech TV channel, please feel free to stay here. Get involved in the chat. We can see the Twitch chat with all your reactions for the goals and changes and formations. Also, not formations, or they can't change formations. Substitutions, player instructions. And also we've got Sean Allen on the couch as well. So any questions for Dragon FIFA?
Ball down the line to Messi. He's going to look to cut inside.
There we go. Drive with Bale. I know he wants to get him back on his left foot. Just play it across if you can. Look at the edge of the box now. There's space on the edge of the box for him. Goes across onto Messi's left foot. And for the first time, potentially over the course of the 3 games, we've seen a bit of a gap between the two.
Yeah, and it's a great goal. He had the ball with Bale. He took his time. He almost walked into the penalty area, then played the pass to Messi. He might be one of the most composed players, MoAubameyang, that I've seen in FIFA this year.
I agree with that. The way how he held that, he delayed the extra pass where he wanted Dani to make the first move, so he'd find that extra gap and then just slot it home from there.
He's up there with Nicholas for me. Whoever Nicholas just doesn't celebrate. Unless maybe he would have won that. If he won the Barcelona event, he maybe must have given us a bit of a celebration. But obviously, he will be in Manchester. 160-0 he got in Feb. But I think you're right there. You've hit the nail on the head, Richard. You've got to keep yourself cool, calm and composed at this level. MoAubameyang, he celebrates at the right times.
Ronaldo, look for that run down the line for Dybala.
He's got it. Just drive forwards now. Delay it. Wait for your big men to get into the box, such as your Ronaldos and your Bales.
That's composure.
That's where it's so clever.
Yep, no, he didn't need to score. Now
there we go, back post. Anyone there for it? Ronaldo now. Could it fall back to him? He's got fortunate there. And is this game over now, surely?
And now is Dani ruined, not redrafting?
I don't think he is. He's still been in this game, and he'll still feel confident going into the next 1, possibly 2 games.
Do you think something that changed in this best of 5 is that, the concentration, you've got to play at a higher level now for more games?
I'm not too sure. I don't think that should be an issue for either of these 2 players. I think this game, Oblak's been huge, firstly, for MoAubameyang, but also the chances that MoAubameyang's created is made sure that every single shot he has on goal is a 98% chance of going in.
Which is what the best players do. They do it at that level. Obviously, after this game, it will mean that MoAubameyang will be 2-1 up in games, remember, in games. Ajax Dani won the first one. MoAubameyang won the second. He's just won the third. If he goes and wins the 4th, we don't need to go to the 5th game. He'll be the champion of the DraftStory Cup. But as I said, you cannot write off any of these players. Ajax Dani could easily come out and give us a 10 out of a 10 performance next game.
Definitely could happen. That man right there on your screen, MoAubameyang, 5-2 winner in the third game. But because we are in a best-of-5 format, because this is the grand final of the DraftStory Cup, it is best of 5.
And we must remember that as well, Richard. It is the grand final here. Big prize money up for grabs, a trophy as well for the first ever time of this competition. Yeah,
also the inaugural winner of the DraftStory Cup. I know I spoke to a lot of the pros, and they've said they've enjoyed it this weekend. Very relaxed atmosphere. But as soon as you get into that booth, different sort of squad builder, different sort of mentality. How have you found it this weekend?
For me, it's been one of the best tournaments I've ever attended. Like, I attended Barcelona a few months ago with the EA event, and I found, like, we was waiting around a bit too much. You was unsure when you're playing. But this, you know roughly when you're playing. You've got a schedule. They stick to it. It's a relaxed atmosphere, like you said, and it's just been a great tournament all around. It's pretty much been perfect.
And at the same time as well, you can play, downstairs as well. They've got the facilities for that, which is good for the guys that want to play their weekend league games and want to basically just keep grinding the game. Believe it or not, there is people out there that after playing FIFA at such a high level, they still want to go and play weekend league after.
And ESWC qualifiers as well.
There is. I believe that first tournament has actually finished, in fact. I believe one of the names in there, Rosamire, #Aggie, did book himself a place at that qualifier in France. Along with a number of other names. I think Sakul as well from the Focus Clan got himself in there. Maybe Battlecat as well. I'm only reading out a few names. I'm only reading out a few names that I've heard on Twitter. I'm sure I think there's a few more in there as well. Do you think you'll do the next one, Sean? The next qualifier?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was a bit gutted to miss out this weekend, but I think there's one next weekend, so I'll definitely be.
You quite enjoy. You're quite good online, aren't you? You've played NG Finities for quite a while. You're used to kind of online formats.
Inconsistent would be the word for me, but yeah. When I'm good, I'm good. When I'm not, I'm terrible.
And here we go, into the fourth game, potentially the final game of the DraftStory Cup. If it does go MoAubameyang's way, if Ajax Dani gets the victory, we will be going to a fifth and final deciding match.
And with the potential of this game as well, a penalty shootout. Extra time and penalties can be called upon if needed. And just a few changes we're used to seeing now, but one thing you need to look at with Mo, he always changes one or two things each game. It's something you need to take note of. I think, for example, with the Fernandinho, not back around, I think when he played Dito as well, back in the quarters as well, he changed things each game, just slight changes.
So the first game that we played, he put Bale at left mid. Now he's putting Bale at left centre mid. After the last two games, he's got 2 wins. And he's playing Aspas left mid. So he's found a problem, he's found a solution for it, and now he's sticking to it.
I think for the 4-4-2, the centre mid's quite an important role. So Bale's big, he's strong, he's quick. He's got everything that should be good for a centre mid. So it's a good idea to do.
And Aspas out wide, a little bit of pace. If a chance falls to him, can finish.
Well, as you know, boys, we've seen a number of interesting picks this weekend that have, they haven't been the hierarchy of players, but they've done a job when they've needed to.
Yeah, no one bigger than Pope.
Yeah.
Who MoAubameyang's goalkeeper.
If you've been watching this stream throughout the weekend, you'll know who Pope is. Ajax Dani with a chance now, plays inside for Kevin De Bruyne. Titi there on 2 occasions. Did exceptionally well.
Just like that, Titi, Kondogbia. They've been the big players for me for MoAubameyang, who've just stepped up to the mark.
And they're one of those kind of players that would be in maybe a casual FIFA players team on Weekend League, but would still do a job. They can still go and do a job. But at the world stage, especially when you've got potentially an EA unlocked account where you can use any player, you'd be stupid, obviously, to be using these guys. But in the draft, this fantastic idea, this format we've got here in Germany, every reason why you should be picking players like this.
And for you, you've just lost 2 games back-to-back. If you're Ajax Dani, what do you need to do differently now?
I think you just got to believe in yourself still, because he showed signs. He's still been very good, even though he's lost 2 games in a row. He could have easily won both of them too. So just keep what he's doing and just hope things go his way this time.
All he needs is that one chance, as you said, just to get a goal, just to get in front, to build a little bit of confidence. And the next thing you know, it could be a perfect time as well. So if Dani wins this, we'll be 2-2 on games. Going into game 5, Dani would have tasted the last win. He'll be full of confidence. And you've got to think that potentially that could be an advantage for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think the mental side of FIFA is something that's underlooked, really. It's so important to be mentally strong at tournaments. Have a little bit of LAN experience. We usually find that LAN experience is important. In Tech's case, in Barcelona, it wasn't.
Hill to hill.
But we usually find that being under the lights a little bit, it provides you a little bit. You've got more steel to you. You can look at your past experiences, positive or negative, and reflect on them.
And still 0-0 in this one. No breakthrough as of yet. Look at that run on the left-hand side. For MoAubameyang, he's obviously playing the red strip from left to right. And Ajax Dani in the away Ajax strip, as expected. But currently 2-1 down in games in this final series. A best of 5, as we know. MoAubameyang coming in now. One more across. Maybe not. He's trying to line up the left foot of Messi. And Azpilicueta will just get rid of it.
Could potentially see a counter-attack here. Look at the men flooding forward for Dani. He has chosen to go backwards, keep hold of the ball. Sensible play from Dani.
I think they've both been very alike in all of these games, where maybe the only difference is why MoAubameyang's won 2 games is simply his Oblak, where they've both created about the same amount of chances, but Oblak pulls off that clutch save every now and then.
Just the difference, isn't it, of the big saves that can really save games.
We've talked about all tournament long, really. Some of the most important positions in your draft. Goalkeeper's got to be up there.
Yeah, I'd say mainly your defence and your goalkeeper, because they're the hardest parts of the game. I believe anyone, well, I did believe until my Mbappe missed every chance.
I think as well that you've got to agree, Sean, that the defence and the goalkeepers sometimes not looked upon enough in this competition. I think everyone focused on the big names in the attack, like the Ronaldos, the Messis, the Bales.
Exactly, they're the ones that stand out. They're the ones that got Team of the Years and like high-end forms, where I really do believe where you could simply score with like a Mane, someone that's not really highly looked at, where you need like a Team of the Year Ramos just to keep some solidarity at the back.
Here's a chance there for MoAubameyang. Just intercepted though, and Ajax Dani just seems a little bit more confident in this game. Obviously, he knows that he has to come out and win it, otherwise the tournament would be over if he loses this one. And unfortunately, he would be a runner-up.
As well, though, these two players, this is the 4th game they've played against each other back-to-back. You start to learn what your opponent's going to do. You start to read their plays.
Ronaldo.
It turns into mind games eventually, where, oh, he's done this before, then all of a sudden he's not doing it, and then it's just a guessing game towards the end.
It's a bit like, if I had to compare, Sean, like we go back a few years with Gfinity, he went for a period of just clearing up the online tournaments, or getting to the finals at least, against the same opponents every time, whether that was a Gorilla occasionally or other players like that. How do you? Every time you come up against the same player, you need another plan B, a plan C, a plan D. The list goes on. Yeah,
exactly. Like with me and Gorilla, we've always had some rivalry because we play we play friendlies often. So we know what we do. We play pretty much as each other anyway. So it's all comes down to mind games where we're turning left. Like simple, something like if we win a penalty, we already know where we normally go. So it's just every small margin.
Oh, fake shot there from Kevin De Bruyne. Penalty! MoAubameyang just saying, I haven't touched him, ref. I haven't touched him. Is that Cristiano Ronaldo that's given away the foul as well?
2 fake shots. That's very clever to win that penalty.
Yeah, something that we don't really see a lot. Just a standard fake shot. Ronaldo stepping up to the mark, Brandon.
He is indeed. Ajax Dani now.
The subs have just come on.
They've just come on as well in the 40th minute. Up steps Ajax Dani. And he scores the first goal in this tie. We've been waiting 40 in-game minutes for it. And as you said, Richard Buckley, is that the first time the ball's gone out of play?
That's the first time the ball's gone out of play. The subs have just come on right now.
Which, if you're thinking, how is that possible? It is. Dito, 43rd minute, I believe it was. Choupo-Moting. Obviously, he was subbed off straight away. He scored a goal. And then that's where the change happened.
Wow. It's actually quite mad, that.
It is. That's how long he get the ball in play. That's how long Dito can hold the ball, and he can do it confidently as well. Back to goal, MoAubameyang.
Just on his wrong foot, Messi. If that had been on the other side, got to think that's 1-1.
Just one more touch was needed, I believe. Just to get that angle correct. That's the goal all day with Messi.
Rolls down the line for Azpilicueta. Dani just going to hold possession going into half-time. Dani rolls into Kevin De Bruyne, coming forward. Now just over the halfway line. It's safe possession, this. He's not really going anywhere with it. He's just keeping the ball, keeping it ticking over.
I think Dani's really good at frustrating his opponent as well. He done it to me very often in the game. So now he's got the lead. I think he can just get MoAubameyang to chase the game and then maybe pick him off for a second, maybe a third.
And look at the stats there. 60% possession to Mo's 40%.
It's like a Dito-like game, that.
But look at Mo's passing accuracy, 85%.
Very unlike the last 3 games we've seen. It's very unlike that.
Yeah, some would say that's actually not good enough.
It isn't, but
at this level.
Well, it's still fantastic. Don't get me wrong, compared to any other player out there that doesn't play the game professionally. But throughout this tournament, we've seen 92s, 95s. That kind of probably from yourself, Sean. We've seen higher numbers than 85.
Is that Dani wanting it more, pressuring higher? He knows if he loses this game, it's done.
And he will. You've experienced that as well. You have to come out and you have to give a fight.
Second half underway. Ajax Dani must win this game to force a game 5 in this final.
1 goal for me, Richard, will not be enough. Especially with a player like MoAubameyang at you. Especially with a player like this German that we're watching now, and a big Dutch name as well in the scene, representing Ajax and performing very well at this moment in time. Here we go, it's Bilaqueta there. Chance to attack now for Ajax Dani.
So that's the thing with the 4-3-3, isn't it? Ronaldo, then when he got the ball, he had nobody really to work with.
Yeah, this is where Dani's got to play really clever with the 4-3-3, because especially against the 4-4-2, it's easy to lose the ball high up and get countered.
And remember that if a game is a draw, extra time and penalties can be needed. Oh, lovely scoop turn from Dani and a big goal as well to extend the lead in this one. Remember, Dani has to win to go to game number 5 here.
It's a great finish from Luis Suarez. We talk about him time and time again. One of the most naturally gifted finishers in FIFA. Slots you home. 2-0. Is that enough? Against the king of the comeback.
Against MoAubameyang. Remember, he was 2-0 down to Dito, a possession player. Brought it back. Can't write off MoAubameyang. All he needs is 1 goal. 1 goal to change this game round. 1 goal. It probably feels like nothing, but it will be a job. Look how defensive that line is of Ajax Dani now. That was nearly it. Courtois, he's brave there. Just get rid of that ball. He's done well to keep that in. Very well. Paulinho.
Valencia at right mid.
Have a shot. Why not? There's 1 more.
Would you have taken the shot on there with Bale?
No, I think he's done the right thing, getting the pass off, getting the driven pass off, and then just trying to shoot quickly. But
there we go. Is that a shot? Is that an angle? It's Valencia at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's Valencia at right mid.
That's what I said. Valencia, you don't want to count them shooting, and the right mid and the left mid get in quite often, so you want someone rather good up there to finish, and not Valencia.
And how difficult was it, making the transition when you're a pro from having shots from distance to long shots that maybe got a 60% chance of going into to trying to be really patient and relaxed to move into a 95% chance of a shot going in?
I think you just got to know your players, because this is why I like Maradona, because you can get on his left and his finesse shots are crazy, that they just go in a lot of the time. Even if you're not even finessing it, just a shot far post, they fly in a lot as well. So you got to know your players. If they're good at long shots, then hit one. But like Bale, I wouldn't really count on him. We've seen one earlier.
Oh no, El Tornado.
Oh my God.
What a goal.
What a goal for Dani there. Does that just...
Is that the best goal we've seen?
Does that just breathe the confidence right now that this man's got? He was 2-0 up, and now he's 3-0 up with a very fancy finish indeed.
We've said something about Oblak, but I don't know. He's got holding him there.
He didn't seem like he wanted to save that one at all there from Dani.
Questions have got to be asked over the goalkeeper. It's actually gone through him.
Scared of the ball there.
It's actually gone through him.
And when a player is doing that against you, you should be a little bit worried. At the time, I just didn't know if he was actually going to perform that then. If you're MoAubameyang now, do you say, that's it, Sean? Do you say, right, okay, I'm just going to go 2-2, we're going to go into game number 5, or do you have to give a fight?
We've seen our previous games. He can create, he's got a kickoff now. He's been looking very strong from kickoff, flying forward, and if he scores 1 straight back, he's got, 25 minutes to score 2 more.
That's a very long time in FIFA, Richard.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's not forget, this man is the king of the comeback.
He is, to be honest.
Some of the results that he's had previously. He's been 4-0 down.
Yeah.
And he's turned it around.
He has.
He told us he was 6-0 down on Foot Champs once, and he won 8-6.
Yeah, he was 6-0 down in 30 minutes, he said. He was like, I just don't know what happened, and then I knew I had to turn on. I knew I had to start playing good FIFA, and out of the blue, it just came. One goal starts to build your confidence back. And even if he loses this game 3-2, he scored 2 goals. It's given a bit of confidence to go forward. Ronaldo there. Oh, nearly.
If that
nearly said it.
If that goes in, potential for a comeback.
Here we go. It's on for him still now.
Alive.
Just that poor pass. It's a 5-yard ball at the end of the day. I think he's tried to through ball it instead of just a simple pass.
And it looks like it's going to be a game 5.
Looks like it's going to be a game 5 indeed. Obviously, at the moment, if you've just joined, it's 2-1 on games to MoAubameyang. With Dani winning this one, it would be 2-2, and then we'd be going to the last game of the Draft Cup story. And it's good to see as well in this best-of-5 format. You know, we've been talking about this all weekend. Will we potentially go into a 5th game? It's actually going to happen at this rate.
Yeah, we are going to see a game 5 between these two, unless MoAubameyang can bring something special out of the locker.
Just trying to time the run right. Is he going to wait with... I like that from Dani. I like that. He waited patiently. He wanted to basically make the option for MoAubameyang, the hardest one possible, which was the shot from distance.
Hazard brings it forward.
And it just doesn't look like MoAubameyang's got any confidence here. I think this is massive, though, for Dani. If he wins this game going into the last game, you know, especially, this could be that confidence that he needs.
Yeah, he needs a massive confidence boost, does Dani, coming into the last game after picking up 2 back-to-back losses. Shows what sort of player he is, shows the courage, the passion that he's got to be able to lose twice and then bounce back with a 3-0 victory, the biggest victory that we've seen over this series.
Exactly. It's the way he's winning as well. He's looked very dominant throughout the whole game. He's not allowed MoAubameyang very few chances, hasn't he? So he
should be proud. He should definitely be proud of his performance here. Still a lot of FIFA to play. Still one more big game to come. And Ajax Dani, if he can go and get another one, this is good for him. He just needs to keep scoring goals to just keep boosting up his confidence. But MoAubameyang, I believe Stylo... Was it Stylo that was with him, or was it Megabit?
It was Stylo.
Stylo needs to maybe give a chat with him at the end of the game. He needs...
Just to get his head back in the...
teammate around the shoulder just saying, right, come on. You know you've already won 2 games. Yes, you've just lost that one, but look at the positives here. Even a goal would be big for him. Mahrez, can he play it across to the back post? Anyone there for it? Courtois, just what a routine save in the end.
Playing 4 games against the same person, back to back to back.
Without a break as well, Sean.
Yeah, exactly. It can be mentally draining more than anything. Like, they're both top-class players, so it can get exhausting. Is this the first fade we're seeing from MoAubameyang?
Potentially so. Great point there, Sean.
This is the first game as well that we've seen MoAubameyang not score a goal.
Yeah, this could be... could even say like the start of the downfall, potentially.
If you're looking at Ajax Dani, every single chance he's had or every little hope or mistake that Mo's made, for example, like that, he's bounced on it.
You need a big, big performance from MoAubameyang in this last game. If you are a MoAubameyang fan, get it in the Twitch chat. Game 5 will be the difference between these two.
Game 5 will be full of emotion. It will be the final of the final, you could say, Richard.
Yeah, it will be. Who thought we'd actually come... I didn't think we'd come to a game 5.
I don't think we would. I honestly did not think we'd come to the game. There's the full-time whistle in the end here. 2-2 on games overall. And guess what? We're going to game 5, and it's going to be a huge game now. Emotion, passion, everything. Everything to play for here. A long 3 days of action. And I can't believe, as Richard said, we are going down to the last game here.
You called it, Sean.
Yep. Not surprised how they've both been playing.
Can you imagine 5-5 penalties, as you said?
If we see a penalty shootout, a $5,000 penalty shootout, that's going to be... I'd probably just be silent and just let the noise inside the booths do the commentary.
Could we maybe see passion from MoAubameyang, more than just the fist pump that he's used to? If he wins a massive event like this, a massive tie for him as well. And at the same time of that, on the other side, Ajax Dani, we know what to expect from him if he goes and picks up this win.
Oh, the booth will be getting turned upside down if Ajax Dani does win this, especially after being 2-1 down in games. We'll have to win 2 back-to-back games to clutch up and win 3-2. Sean, prediction. I'm going to push you for it.
The first goal is going to be massive. but I think MoAubameyang will bounce back and get the win.
He's going MoAubameyang.
You know me, Richard. You know me well enough more than anyone. Predictions and me.
You don't like him.
Don't go hand in hand. The only good prediction I nearly had was Dito last year at the FIFA Interactive World Cup that we both said. Who nearly did a job there. For me, I just don't know. These two players, you cannot get a player that's matched up so well to the other. The drafts are pretty equal as well. They're both lacking in certain areas and both stronger in certain areas. I would say the first goal would even do this, but it wouldn't. Honestly, I just have a feeling we might see extra time. That's what I'm going to say. Extra time could be on the cards between these two. If you didn't know already, this is the DraftStory Cup. You have just joined Ajax Dani versus MoAubameyang. This is the final, bearing in mind. These guys have played quarterfinals today, semi-finals, and a final. A lot of FIFA, a lot of high-level FIFA these guys have played.
With 4 games into the final, let's not forget. I'm not going to make a prediction for the winner, but what I am going to say is 117th minute winning goal.
So is that just left on the cliffhanger, is it?
It's going to be a 117th minute winning goal.
Let's just hope Danny's not the one to score it, because I don't know what would happen to them booths.
I would feel sorry for the booth if that did happen.
Well, here we go. We're going to be jumping into this last game of the final, into game number 5, remember, the best of 5. Dani won the first one. MoAubameyang won game 2 and 3. And then Ajax Dani came back with a bang. Didn't even let MoAubameyang even get a goal, even get a sniff back into the game. And now we're going to that last and final game. I'm not too sure who's going to be feeling the more confident now. I'm just not too sure. Both players have just had a walk away, had a drink, had a little break, because it's important to do that.
Well, we have got Lightning Panda's FIFA pro player on the couch with us. He's been with us all the way through this final. If you've got any questions for him in the chat, be sure to let him know.
How important is it, Sean, especially when you've been in big finals like yourself and been to big events, to step away from the console for 2 minutes, to walk away, just have a drink, have a breather.
Exactly. You don't want to be just staring at a screen. You just want to get out. You just want to have a walk, just clear your brain. Like, especially MoAubameyang there, you're losing 3-0. He needs to bounce back from that. So just to have that 5 minutes, just focus now. It's best of 1 now. This is it.
Literally is. It's
a one and done.
Literally now. They've both had their chances to walk away with it by game 3, obviously to win 3-0. Game 4 as well. MoAubameyang had a chance, in fact, to win 3-1 in games. They gave the chance for Dani. Dani took the chance happily with a 2-2 score in game. So as we know, game number 5, and if you win the tournament, you get $5,000. $5,000, and we're going down to the last game here. You win a trophy as well to be the winner of the first ever DraftStory Cup, a new format, a new tournament here in Crayfield, Germany, in the Take TV studios.
I've got a question for you, Sean. How would you, if you were in this position now, what would you be thinking in your head? Would you be thinking it's the 5th game in a best of 5, or would you be thinking it's just a one and done?
I'd say it's the 5th. I think it's the 5th game. Like, especially if you're Dani right now, you'd be thinking that performance was spot on. Do that again, you're the champion.
Yep.
Was it the case of a strong performance from Dani, or was he just jumping on a few mistakes from MoAubameyang?
I think that was a strong performance. Like, the pressure, the finishing when he did get the chance. He bossed the game, like you saw at half-time, 60% possession. He dominated throughout, and he deserves to make it go game 5.
Someone asking there, how can people find their own custom tactics?
You got to think about, you just got to look through what they all mean. Like, there's a build-up speed, and there's I think there's 2 passing stats where one's a chance creation and one's how quickly, you want to build up. So I think the top one is how far apart you want your strikers and your players from each other. Where it depends how you play. You just need to look at how you play and compare it to the numbers that you're seeing. For me, I prefer my crossing up a bit because that gets more players in the box, and the shooting down. So you're the most chances you're getting, you're playing it to your striker's feet, and then you can turn and shoot from there. So it's all about just testing your numbers off. I've tested so many different combinations. You just got to find your own, and you eventually will.
It's a key point to remember as well, Rich, because we talk about this quite a lot. About pros or players that want to get into the pro scene, just watching FIFA FIFA Pro YouTube channels and just thinking, what's your custom tactics? What's your custom tactics? You can't just nick someone's custom tactics, because you can't just change your custom tactics and suddenly become a pro player. You know, it goes without saying. It's your own tactics, it's your own play style, and you have to find it.
Even most pros will change their custom tactics nearly weekly sometimes.
Yeah. Until
something don't work, then they'll want to change something up. Me, I've been going through so many that it's just crazy. You're always going to find something and you'll be happy with it with so long, and then you'll be like, no, that needs to go.
Well, here we go then. Obviously, subs haven't been made between these two, but this is the final of the final, you could say. We're here at the Take TV studios, the DraftStory Cup. And about 15 minutes real life time, you could say, or maybe even longer with extra time included, we will have a winner here.
Early subs this time. Last time, the subs came at 40th minute when Dani had the penalty to go 1-0 up.
There we go. Early chance now. MoAubameyang! And a massive goal. There we go. And a bit of emotion.
That's the first time that we've seen any real let's go, any shouting from MoAubameyang all tournament long. That shows how much this means to him in this game 5.
Well, he's been shut out last game, didn't he? Didn't even get a sniff, didn't even get a chance to get a goal.
That's how important the subs are, though.
Exactly. That's what we spoke about. This time, the subs come on instantly and straight away.
Make a big impact. Dani Rose now. Not the start that Ajax Dani would have wanted here in game number 5 of this best of 3. If you didn't know already, we're 2-2 on games. Nearly a chance that City did stand strong and said no thank you.
That's why
down the left-hand side.
And that's why I really thought the first game would be important in this game, because if Dani scores it, he's going crazy, and then he's so on, like the momentum's
on his side. No, Dybala.
Chance still alive.
Back post, play it across. Look at the space, look at the time! Messi with the goal. And once again, a big reaction from MoAubameyang.
The emotion from Aubameyang there, that just shows how important the first goal is. You can kick on from there.
2 goals in 10 minutes for Lionel Messi, and it shows how much it means to that man. Getting up off his chair, let's go, come on. We've not seen that all tournament long. It's taken a game 5 to get him out of his chair.
It's taken him a long time. A lot of FIFA, 3 days of action as well. Can you imagine an Ajax Dani comeback right now? The noise.
The place will go mad. But as it stands right now, MoAubameyang just turning up the pressure.
Ajax Dani can easily do this. He knows he's capable of it. 1 goal and he's back in it. Just don't let MoAubameyang have another one. But at the moment, he doesn't seem like he can be stopped, this man. Messi now. Chance on the edge of the box. He's just trying to find the perfect opportunity to maybe get a shot away.
Yes.
Chance links in with Ronaldo. Surely this could be 3-0. Yes, it is 3-0 as well. 3 goals in 15 minutes. However, there's a negative side to this, okay? Yes, he's 3-0 up. But how many times, John, you know, in weekend league, even at your level, 3-0 up, and it can still change?
It's so easy. There's so much time left where you're 3-0 up, but that's nothing really, because you can think, right, that's it, but it's really, really not, because 1 goal right now, you've still got nearly the whole game to concede 1 more, and then it's just that 1 goal, then you're thinking about it, you don't know whether to go forward or to try to keep it tight.
Change your tactics, go backwards.
Exactly, and then all of a sudden it could be 3-3 so easily.
Chance now, this could be a big goal for Dani. Just went the wrong way there in the end. I think he went for a fake shot, tried to drop back left, went right, and did get intercepted in the end, but I think Dani cannot let it go 4-0. He can't let it go 4-0. Yes, it's still a comeback position, but confidence-wise, I don't think he can.
It's important for MoAubameyang to keep doing what he's doing rather than just think, right, I'm 3-0 up, let's try to play slower, let's try to play a bit different, because what he's doing in the first 15 minutes there, obviously he's doing something right. So if he does that, make it 4-0. 4-0 might be too much.
And what's changed in the first 16 minutes? Like, how has he gone from not scoring 1 goal in scoring 3 in 20 minutes?
It really could be literally from a substitution, where it's so early, all of a sudden they're just in, gets that first goal, momentum's on his side, and then he just flies forward and scores 2 more quite quickly as well.
Well, Dani needs a goal there. Really poor pass from him here in game number 5 instead of the DraftStory Cup. After this game, or even extra time, if there is a comeback, we'll have our first winner. And $5,000 will go to that man, plus a trophy.
It's a great ball out wide. Chance to make it 4.
Back inside if he can. Be clever here. Goes all the way across. Ronaldo! And we know he can head the ball. It's party time for MoAubameyang right now.
Wecaso, Antonio Valencia, that might be one of the reasons he's playing here, because he has got that good crossing start. Dinks it into the back post. Ronaldo What a header, can we just say?
He's been doing it, like I said before, he's been doing it all tournament. He's been looking really strong with them back post crosses, and there's another one there.
Well, he's got the jumping on him. He's got, you know, he's the perfect forward, really, isn't he, Cristiano Ronaldo? Doesn't go about saying, Ajax Dani, he needs a goal now.
That's such a good header. It's an unbelievable header. He's probably, what, 12 yards out? Power header into the back of the net. And MoAubameyang has just turned it up to another gear, Brandon.
Yes, indeed. And he wants more goals, which doesn't surprise me at all, as Sean said. You can't sit back on a 3 or 4-0 lead this early in the game because we know how easy it can change. Mindsets can change after just one goal goes into your opponent.
4-0 up in 33 minutes. No one would have predicted this in the final. No one. In this Game 5 as well. After all the other games are probably so tightly contested, apart from that Game 4, which Dani did walk away 3 goals.
Here we go. Just be patient here. It's a chance now. Big save. Oblak. He's been playing well. He has been playing well. Last game, it was nowhere to be seen. But in hindsight, in the best of 5, he's been big.
And you need your goalkeeper to clutch up for you when you are backs against the wall.
In the games that MoAubameyang have won, it's Oblak that's been doing these clutch saves that we just saw there. Like 4-1 with still more than 1 half to go is still a very long time. So that's a big save.
And how do you feel as well when you're 4-0 down? Is it... Here we go, Arthur's attack. We'll go on to that one. Here we go. In it goes. Courtois will just clear it. Gareth Bale's going to win that battle, unfortunately. Half turn from Messi. He's going to look to get on his left foot into Ronaldo. Well, it defended there by Azpilicueta. But the point I wanted to make, Sean, was when you're 4-0 down, you do tend to rush, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. You've got to play quicker. You've got to play more urgent. But it's still, you get that 1 goal, you always believe in yourself. So you've got to focus on maybe 1 before half time and then go from there.
As you said, just try and break up into stages of how to break up that second half. As you said, 1 goal could bring you masses of confidence. As much as obviously you're still 3 goals behind after it, you're building back into the game.
Titi, quite far out of position there. If Dani can work something here, it looks like he's just
waiting for the perfect opportunity, as we know.
Great tackle from Jordi Alba and potentially a counter-attack opportunity with the 4-4-2. Look for the width to be exploited.
Messi now into Gareth Bale this time. He's going to look for the run of Ronaldo, or sorry, Messi, in fact. Ronaldo's on the left-hand side, half-time, and 4-0 the score to MoAubameyang. What a start to the half. He hasn't let Dani have a chance. He's just kept scoring goals. And I tell you now, he looks up for this final.
It does look up for this final. You just saw Al Basha in the chat there. Mo is a goat. He clutches up when he needs to in the big situations. 4-0 up at half-time.
What do you change?
Do you know what?
If you're Dani, do you change your pressure or...?
No last pass for him. He started with Dybala. Bale and Paulinho in centre midfield. And now he's brought Marizon on the right mid.
And as easy as this sounds, Sean, he can't think that this is game over right now. He can't.
No, exactly. You've got to keep concentrated throughout the whole thing. And
what scoreline's safe, would you say?
I'd say this is safe, but you've got to be clever about it. So, like, just go by stages, say, like, see out to 60th minute. If you're still 4-0 up, 60th minute, go from there. And
so
then...
Would you say break the game down into stages?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Not in the final, Richard.
Break the game into stages like Phil Brown. 45 to 60, keep it calm. 60 to 75, maybe drop onto defensive, maybe try and...
Here we go, Dani now. It could be the goal. Needs to be clever here. Kevin De Bruyne drops the shoulder and a big goal this could be. Go and get the ball, reset and go again.
This has potential to be something very, very special. Kevin De Bruyne, low-driving shot past the goalkeeper, 12 yards out. Can Dani provide us with a little bit of magic at the DraftStory Cup?
Dani is a hype player, a momentum player. Now he's got the 1 goal. If he gets a second very quickly, things could go bad for Mo.
Just needs to carry on building from this. The best way for Mo to kill that momentum is to score again.
Score straight down the other end. Mahrez, surely Courtois just with a long hand on that one, just to parry it away. And a chance to attack once again for Ajax Dani.
Switch of play to Danny Rose.
De Bruyne into Ronaldo.
What are you doing?
I think Dani there just getting a little bit annoyed, as expected.
He can't afford to let himself get agitated, though, Dani.
He can't. If his head goes, as you know, as Sean can explain, as in any pro, when you lose your head, you don't play your FIFA. You know you can.
So I think in one of my games against Maestro, I went up 3 or 4-0 quite early in that game. And I only ended up winning that game by 1. So things can go bad if you just...
6-5, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to keep concentrated. You've got to keep just doing what you're doing, really, rather than just thinking, right, yeah, this is over.
Well,
Dani's played a lot better since he's got like 1 goal back.
it's just a case of you don't want to rush as well at the same time.
But whenever he's not creating chances, that clock is slowly ticking away. And MoAubameyang knows.
Here we go.
That's
the mistake. Ajax Dani needs to grab onto this one. Look at the space inside if he can feed it. Just defended well enough, I think, with Titi there.
Fuck off, man.
Cyprian gets dispossessed and he's in behind. Ronaldo just going to steam into the space.
Here we go. This is a massive chance now. Can he feed it? The timing of the run. Oh, was that Dybala that was through?
Hey.
I think he saw it. I think he knew the pass he missed out on there.
Neymar down the line for De Bruyne. Into Suarez. He's very, very deep in Suarez.
He is, but he's working as a hold-up player for him. Dani needs something big now.
I don't think, even though he's won 2 games, I'm still not convinced with Dani on the 4-3-3.
Yeah, I think right now, like I said, I think he plays a 2-striker formation normally.
Plays a 4-2-2 usually.
Yep, so with him going to 4-3-3, he's got to play that bit different with the 1 striker. You've got to use him holding up.
Dani there's playing very risky. He shouldn't be giving up yet. There's still time for him to bring this back. If he's not happy, he's a man that knows how to make a change late on. Potentially offers his usual subs, I completely understand, but he's one player that always saves someone, he says. He always saves 1 sub that he could potentially bring on.
Cyprian into De Bruyne, the goal scorer for Dani.
Trying to find the killer pass there, but you've got to give it to MoAubameyang. He's just standing strong. He wants to frustrate Dani there. Paulinho there on this time. Everyone's just trying to get a little touch on it. Hazard with the Berber spin inside. Chance for Kevin De Bruyne. Another goal.
We have a game on our hands, Brandon. In the grand final. Final match in this best of 5. 4-2 the scoreline.
Oh,
and
those
Mo's
are the little mistakes he can't give away now.
Mo's given back possession to Dani. If he scores a goal with this attack, we are set for a grand stand finish.
Oh, I can just imagine a 4-4 here with Ajax Dani.
Back post cross.
Anyone there? Oh!
Jordi Alba's done fantastic at the back post.
Corner.
Sean Allen's losing his head to my right.
And it comes. Front post flick on. Oh. Still not over though. This attack isn't over yet. Kevin De Bruyne recycles out as far as the edge of the box to Hazard. Links to McCarthy Howe. He's just going to recycle it around. Try and find the right chance here. MoAubameyang needs to stay composed.
Keeps hold of the ball. Cyprian, look for that run of Suarez.
Give him time.
Great tackle from Alba. Potential counter-attack opportunity.
And MoAubameyang, you do get kind of lost for words, don't you, Sean? You don't know what to do. When you've got all this pressure on you, you don't know where to hide.
Exactly. Like, especially when you're 4-0 up, like you're thinking, right, this is perfect. And then all of a sudden it's 4-1, then it's 4-2, then you're starting to think negative. Every time they run at you, you're backing off instead of actually going at them. So you need to be careful here.
It's the mixture of playing negative and positive as well. Obviously playing negative in the right way to keep the ball, but you need to go positive as well, because as long as you've got the ball in their half, it's not as risky. There we go. That could be the killer ball. 1 more out wide if he can. Bale.
He just read it, I think.
Played it just a little bit too short for Dybala. Obviously, he did get it. Chance to just calm down the ball. 2 goals now would be a bit of an ask for Ajax Dani.
He's done very well there.
He's done exceptionally well. Just to...
He's got potential for an attack here, Dani.
Can you imagine now and an added time?
85th minute. Has to get a goal before the 88th.
Needs to get the ball forward. That goes without saying. He has to take the risk. Every single man of MoAubameyang should be behind that ball. Slowly. Here we go. Suarez inside. Danny Rose. Suarez!
What a save from
Oblak.
It's the clutch saves from Oblak again.
That could have been the game changer. Ronaldo's there at the front post and well defended.
That's probably the biggest save we've seen all tournament long, Brandon. You said it before, Sean. When Oblak's played well, MoAubameyang has won.
If that went in, added time, I'm getting carried away. That could have been the time for Ajax Dani to pounce, and that could have been it. But it looks like we're going to have our winner here. Added time to come at 2 minutes. Unfortunately, Ajax Dani came for the fight. And there we go. That's game over. MoAubameyang, 5-2 in the 5th game there. Congratulations to that man. Commiserations to Ajax Dani. He really did put on a show at the end of the day. MoAubameyang 2-1 up in games. Dani came back. He fought hard, went to the final game, and you got to say it was the early start that was just the difference between these two.
It was 4-0. In what? In the first half? Just after the first half, it's 4 goals up. It was 3-0 up in 16 minutes, Brandon. You cannot start like that if you're Ajax Dani and expect to win a tournament like this. MoAubameyang is your winner of the DraftStory Cup, and congratulations to him. He's been fantastic all the way through.
He hasn't had an easy run. Both these players have not had an easy run. It's important to remember, $10,000 prize pot, all split over the course, but of course, the main prize, the $5,000 to the man that has just won that competition. Congratulations to MoAubameyang, the winner of DraftStory Cup #1. And as it says there, $5,000. What a game between these two. Two of the best players out of the 32. And wow, what a game it was in the end.
Yeah, unbelievable series, Sean. Take me back over it, over the course of the 5 games.
Just back and forth the whole way.
Do you think he edged it slightly more?
Both players could have won that easily. It just kept going back and forth. You couldn't tell till the very last game when MoAubameyang went 3-0 up in like 15 minutes. That's the only win you could tell who's going to win.
And what was the impressive thing about both these players in the end? Because, as you know, when you play a best-of-5 format, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because, as you said, every single game, you're playing against the same person with the same tactics.
I think Mo done very well to come back from the 3-0 loss in the 4th game, to come back to win to go 4-0 up so early in the 5th game. So he done well there.
Did well indeed. Are the guys joining us on the couch? Or they join in? I think Dennis for an interview. I'm not too sure in the end there. The guys coming on. They coming on the couch.
Mo will be joining us.
Mo will be coming on the couch. Will he grab that mic, or are they both coming on the end?
For the award ceremony, I believe.
Is this the award ceremony happening on the couch?
I think the award ceremony is happening on the couch.
Don't drop the trophy.
Congratulations, Mo.
Is that mic working, Mo? Is that mic working for me?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
You might have to pass back and forth to Dani, okay?
Yes.
First things first.
Wow, what a house, man.
Congratulations.
I ever dream about to win a house.
It's very heavy.
Wow.
First of all, talk to me about that final, because it wasn't an easy one, Mo. You know, commiserations to both, or congratulations to Dani. Congratulations to you. You know, it wasn't an easy final at all. It was a best-of-5. We didn't think it would go to the 5th game. I don't think anyone did. But well played to both of you. The 5th game it went to, was it the early start in that 5th game that just did it for you?
Yes, I can say Vacazo did it for me. Yeah, I was leading 3 or 4-0 after 20 minutes. It's a big start. When I will give up that lead, I will never play FIFA again, I think. Well, I don't expect the 5th goal, because all 4 games was very close. But I'm really happy.
Mo's just getting distracted by the Twitch chat, because everyone...
Question for you, Dani. Looking back on the series, when you had the chance to redraft, do you think you could have redrafted, or were you happy with your team?
The thing is, I think I had the good players. I think, yeah, my squad was good. It was not that one. But I hate the 4-3-3 formation, but my squad was so good, so I still take it, and I still played well. It's hard to play yourself under his pressure away. If you do play yourself under his pressure away, you can create so many chances, but it's very hard, and if he takes the ball, then every chance is can be deadly. And you saw that in the last game.
And how difficult is it playing over 5 games, Dani? You know, playing against the same player.
Yeah, for me, it was not really, because I was focused on the most of the games. I think the last game I was even focused. And in my feeling, the 4 games where, yeah, 2-2 was a deserved score after the first 4 games. And yeah, in the 5th games, of course, you play really well. I don't know what happened. I did the same thing as the other games, but unfortunately, it was 4-0 in the lead in the first 30 minutes. So.
And of course, you started well, and then you lost 2 on the bounce, unfortunately. How important was game number 4 for you? You had to win to stay in the competition. How did you go about that 4th game? Did you have to play up a notch?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I come 1-0 up in games, and the 2nd game, I have a big chance to 4-3, goes on the bar, and then he scores the winning goal. So then you need to recharge yourself. Then he plays good the next match, then he wins. Then I win deserved, and yeah, the last game is it's the end of the tournament. We are both tired at that moment, but I was focused. I was full focus, so it was hard, but yeah.
Final question for you, Mo. Sean pointed out all the way through the series, whenever Oblak played well, you seemed to win the game. In that last game, he made some huge saves. How important was it having a great goalkeeper in goal for you?
Yeah, I love it to have a goalkeeper that no choke, because in the last 15 minutes he have a big chance, and Oblak, I don't know where he had, his foot was like a 3 meter.
Was he like a tree? Was he like a tree?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was the winning goal, I will say, that save. I play really offense. I need a goalkeeper to save me sometimes, and yeah, in this tournament I was lucky, but it's okay.
You're the winner.
And obviously, congratulations to MoAubameyang, $5,000 and the champion of the first DraftStory Cup. Obviously, commiserations to Danny, but credit to both of you for making the final 2 out of 32 that came here. As always, Sean, semi-finalists as well. Congratulations there, and to all the players that did compete here. Richard, what a tournament we've had over these 3 days.
Yeah, I think the draft element to the tournament has really spiced things up a lot, to be honest. It's shown different players, different formations, what players can play with, and Nick Pope. He'll be
remember
the man.
He'll be tweeted out later, but a big thank you from myself, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley, and from the last time from us. We'll see you later. Let's head over to our host for the last time as well, that man, Dennis.
Very much, guys. Well, that's it with the DraftStory Cup 1. There are so many people I would like to thank. We, with Take TV, did this FIFA tournament for the very first time. It was an amazing experience, together with you guys actually watching the stream 3 days here in our location in Krefeld, Germany. We had 32 players from all over the globe competing against each other with the group stage, and then the round of 16 on Saturday and the round of 8 on Sunday. Congratulations to MoAubameyang. He did an amazing job, but also to Dani. It was an amazing final, a full best of 5. And once again, I would really like to thank you guys watching, but also thanks to the casters, to Brandon and Richard, all the players who also participated on the couch, but also on the German stream, supporting the casters here to actually have a nice show for you guys. That said, but also thank you to our team here from Take TV, together with the B-Part Gaming team, who actually organized all the tournament here in advance, administration, everything combined to give you a very nice experience here for the tournament. Well, not to forget our partners here, for example, Sennheiser, Need for Seed, but also Cosmos Direct, and last but not least, Zoe, who support this tournament. Thank you very much being part of this first big FIFA tournament for us here with Take TV and B-Part Gaming. And once again, we also had the Cosmos Direct Awards. And I want to say congratulations for the most scored goals, MoAubameyang, who actually also won the full tournament here. We also had LP Dragon. He actually did the fastest goal with 1:45 minutes in-game, which is amazing, which is super fast. And also Stylo did the nicest goal of the tournament. Well, that's it with the DraftStory Cup 1. I will join the German stream, which is still live, to hand over the awards to the winners, actually. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who actually was involved in this project. I wish you a good night, and hopefully see you very soon with the second edition. Bye-bye.
Skin as you held me back then.
And now Dembele, Ousmane Dembele. Vidal. Chance now, edge of the box. Sian needs a goal now.
You always say, if you take your time, you'll get a chance.
Oh! With the goal. No reaction on this occasion. Put it through. Higuain now. Back inside for Ronaldo. Surely not. Finesse is opening up. Yes. Goes for it. Yes. Oh, my days. What Ronaldo. I didn't think he could. Thank you.
The overlap. Messi.
Straight down the other end of it. Go and get a winner. Back post.
That's unbelievable FIFA. That is great FIFA.